Fellas, can you move with me? Yeah.
And if he doesn't, I'm still grateful for my winnings. Tell him
I've got no complaints, no. You supply my every need, even if not in my time. One thing's for sure, I got every reason to be grateful. 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 I got every reason to be
grateful. He's been so good, so I'm 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 grateful.
Hey, good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon to all of you listening via Facebook and via TuneIn Radio and via Glory 93.9 FM, as well as those that are trying to tune in on YouTube as well. Listen to the sounds of Delton here. This is me. And the music in the background is that of E-Man featuring Siobhan. Not yet.
Okay, that's fine.
It's on now.
I don't need to be here. No, it's fine. No, just go ahead. Sounds of Delton. That's okay.
Look, I turned the thing on, but it didn't turn on. I guess it's the wrong mic.
I got every reason to be.
You got every reason.
Every reason.
You got every reason to be grateful. So we are here on this morning, this afternoon, this almost evening. Just had to spend a few minutes with you guys.
Just listen, because engine off. I tell you.
Yeah, no, we felt like, you know what, we've done
We just need to
you
touch
guys
the
a
road.
disservice, and we counted not robbery to come before you on today, and just say hi. You know, just see, check in. It's just a quick check in. It's just a quick check in. You know, just to make sure everybody's doing good. Make sure that nobody is in trouble, no one's locked up or in prison. Making sure everybody is good.
Critical question.
So for those persons who are online, go ahead, like and share it. Share the page. Let persons know that DGMT is on. You're not going to be here for a long time. It should be a short, good time. Just here to say hi. Once again, sounds in the background. E-Man, song's called Grateful. Featuring Siobhan. Let the song end. Go ahead.
I got every reason to be grateful. I got every reason to be grateful. I got every reason to be grateful. I got every reason to be
Grateful. He's been so good, so I'm 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 grateful.
I mean, I'm not ready, but I'm as ready as I'm ever gonna be. I'm not gonna be more ready.
Are we ready? We're going to be ready. But will we be any more ready if we wait a little?
The answer is no.
This is ready to go to be.
Categorically, no.
So, hey, everybody, welcome. That's Vera. This is me and my wild expression of hair.
Oh gosh.
Tell you what, let me try
It wouldn't be appropriate for me to sing your song.
Definitely not.
No?
Let me just try it.
Every
use the
time Delton's hair looks like this.
There you go. Use the headphones.
No, go back to
Use the headphones to try.
What is this?
Try to create a little
There's a
situation.
song about not being able to do things because you're in a predicament. That comes to my mind every time. Like I was gonna go to class,
and then something happened.
and then something happened. Every time I see Delton looking like so, that's the song that comes to mind.
Yeah. Oh, hey, everybody.
Delton's shocked that I know all the words to
Actually,
that
does
song.
people. For those who were around in the early 2000s.
All the
in the
verses.
in the late 1900s.
And I did my research. I was 10 years old when I was learning the words to that song.
And he definitely shouldn't
Should
be.
have been.
So all those who was like around in the late 1900s, you can you know what she's talking about. Something like that.
Late 1900s.
Late 1900s, not the early ones. The early ones, definitely, but late 1900s, early 2000s. You definitely would know the song she's talking about. All right, so we've been gone for a while, and so you have to give us at least about 10 to 15 minutes
To crank
for
up the
me to
engine.
figure out how all these buttons work again. From first update as we demonstrate, and I just want to apologize. The enemy is on our track,
Trying to turn us back?
trying to turn us back, but we got to make this journey somehow. So for those that are listening via the actual FM dial, you would
got to
realize
make this
and you would
journey
understand that we have been down now again for the past few weeks, and help is on the way. We have found the issue.
Got to make this journey.
We have found the
you
problem.
background.
I appreciate it. We
Bring up the
found.
strings. Everybody.
Oh, we need strings. Strings for you singing church song. What strings am I giving you?
Because based on how it's giving on the arms.
That's exactly what it
of
is.
the angels.
Because we need
But
some
I wanted to-
sponsorship. Yeah. So anyway, we are antenna for this station once again. It's just
Yo, the
giving
what?
us-
The
yeah,
antenna?
The antenna. Yeah.
Isn't it an antenna?
What?
Isn't it an antenna? An ANTENNA?
First of all, it's antenna. Nobody says antenna. Antenna. That don't even sound right. The radio station has an antenna.
It definitely has an antenna.
Antenna.
Oh, but I'm pretty sure.
Let's go to the audience, guys. Bold. Antenna.
I'm gonna be outvoted because I'm in a strange land. How can I sing a Lord song in a strange land? Huh?
Exactly. So it's antenna.
Okay.
So our antenna. That don't even sound right.
But
Antenna.
it can't be antenna, Delton.
But it gotta be
It's
antenna.
a TENNA.
Yeah, it's the long E. Let's go with that. It's
The long E, not the short
It's
one.
the long E. So our radio antenna
Now you keep saying it sounds more and more strange.
sounds more right.
More strange.
Yeah, so that's being down. So if you realize in certain, definitely, actually no, I think it's just unless you're in the Palmdale area, you're gonna have an issue hearing us because we're not operating at full capacity at this time. And so hopefully we have placed the order. Technical team went on it and did what needed to be done. And so hopefully by Tuesday,
But I'm not disrespectful, Shakara. The receipts say it's 10. I just,
the receipt also says that G and H could be F. So don't come with the receipts.
I don't make the rules.
So we don't have to follow them.
I just follow them.
So yeah, so anyway, so hopefully by next week, we're praying to God by Wednesday, all will be well, and we should be able to be back up and running at full strength. And for those who, I know a lot of persons have missed the life experience in the morning. We've missed Tony Evans. You've missed those who definitely are religious listeners to Adventures in Odyssey with Chuck Swindoll, those.
Because I know that there are a significant amount of
Adult listeners.
who depend on the adventures.
Yeah,
of Odyssey.
and so once we get that part in town, we're gonna be back up and really. Wow, you're looking at very dark lines in your hand.
That's just the hands. Your hand lines aren't dark.
Oh man,
That's it. Oh wow. I have African hands though.
you love
Don't ever get it twisted. Like you'll
What
see
is
me
African
up
hands?
and down and in the Bahamas. I have African hands. I'm African. Like our palms are slightly more yellow.
Aren't we all? No,
No, you all have been on this side.
it's amazing.
For a while.
Yeah, you've been on that. Yes, that side is still that side as well.
Yeah, but then, no, it's closer. It's closer, and I'm talking about y'all in terms of your descendants, your ma, your pa, your ma's ma, your pa's pa, all of them. My mommy, she's real.
I guess
She's
so.
the real one.
And that's where she is right now.
Yeah, we have that. Oh, wow.
Yeah, no, man. It was very dark. I was like, whoa. Yeah, no. Definitely. Yeah.
This makes me look like I do like hard labor. They are really dark.
The dark. Anyway, guys, so that's like an update on the situation of 93.9 FM.
That was
And
definitely a digression.
Yeah. And so that's where we are now. But hey, so we decided like we were gonna come today, guys, because we've been gone now for a month. Last time we were here, I think it was headed towards Valentine.
And the time before that was a month before that.
It's a month before that. And
1 month, one show a month. I think we can.
And we said that last time. It was like, and look at us. First 3 shows once a month. But no, man, we can't do that. The people of God are in desperate need of what we bring to the table. Of what we bring to the table.
Tea.
Of tea. They're in desperate need of tea. They don't know what to do. Right now on Saturday now, they probably out sinning because now they have no show to watch. So they all just being.
Say out sinning. Our viewers and fans, Delton doesn't respect you. In
people
any
that
way,
would
shape,
normally
or
be
form.
watching what they do now because we been gone for a month. It's like, you know what, it's a Saturday. Let me go out a whoring. I don't know what I don't know what they be doing.
That is so extreme. The question is, what have we been doing? What have we done?
Oh, we've been doing the work of the Lord. We've been out there ministering to saints. And we've been.
And truly, that is really what it's
that's
been.
really why we have it on the show.
Delton's been dadding. If we've not been being ministers, Delton's been doing daddy. I've been doing the other me's.
Like my son say, you're single. You do it for me.
Can I tell you what Dallas did to me yesterday? No, but I need more people to be in the room because I need more sympathy. I can't tell you the story. Y'all need to share it. Because only Shakara's greeted us this morning, which is very odd. Where are the good mornings, the good afternoons?
Yeah.
The shady people who want to come for us and tell us, we've been gone a long time. Jody's at work, and I know she's going to be upset because she already predicted that we were going to have a show on the weekend that she has to work.
Yikes. So anyway, yeah. So that's the glory update. Other news and reviews and church announcements, all the stuff that we've missed for so long.
What's the introduction to the show, please?
I didn't forget. I told you to need a few minutes to get warm.
We got that. Good morning to you, brother Delton and V.
I know what that is.
Vera Aqua are the faces you see. Impactful, insightful, delightful, far. Velvet signature laugh and Vera's kiki ha ha. Good morning.
Sip that tea.
Good morning.
Whoa, sip that tea.
Good morning.
Sip that tea.
Good morning.
Sip that tea.
Grab a bit the popular and sip the topic to the strange.
You gotta come in fast because the topic's gonna stray.
Faithful are the followers that sipping on the tea. From wars to memes to governmental policy. Good morning.
Sip that tea.
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 In pops presidents when they're coming on the close of the fine fact. And in my favorite, that's all just got hijacked. Government, your popularity, even prophets and bishops gotta have that morning
Good morning.
Sip that tea.
Good morning.
Hey, sip
that tea. Good morning.
Sip that tea. Good morning. Sip that tea.
Yeah, come on, Vera.
Come on.
Vera got the second
I
verse.
did it. I did
You got
it.
the second verse.
I got the second. I mean, come on.
That's usually the part that we never get.
That second verse is usually catch me. Because now if you ask me what it is, I don't remember.
Yeah.
But when I was in the groove, I got it. Oh my gosh, that was 10 out of 10.
All right, so good morning, one. Good morning, all.
Good morning, Big. Good morning, Small.
Good morning, Sean. Good morning, Tall.
Good morning.
all
Oh,
of y'all.
Lord.
Everybody.
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 So there's more people on the line. So I wouldn't tell you what Dallas did to me yesterday. Because I was hurt, but at the same time I was just like, rah, is it like that? So
FYI moment.
in my mind, I was being good Gaudy, and I took the baby children out for an outing. Gaudy date.
Good job.
Gaudy date with, it was supposed to be 4 children, but God knew I can handle it. So one of them fell asleep just in time.
That'd be
And
David.
it was the one who needed to fall asleep.
That'll be David.
So David decided he wasn't coming out, but apparently when he woke up and bared his body and he gone upon his clothes and say, mommy, somebody's coming, where's Miss Vera?
He was very confused as well.
No, baby,
Why
you
Dallas
slept.
ain't here?
You missed
Where's
it.
Vera?
You missed the Eastern Express. The Eastern Express departed without you on board. Anyway, so I took Dallas, I took D'Angelo Jr. and I took Gianna Anaya to go and see the infant production at my school called The Pirates. It was a lovely, lovely time. The children were wrapped. They were excellently behaved.
Besides one.
So besides one, she didn't want to watch. She literally looked around and said, yeah, I ain't into this. And then she turned around and she rested her head on my chest. And that was her for the rest of the day. But that was okay. It was an hour's show. So in the middle of the show, they had almost like I guess, quizzes and games instead of an interval because it was an infant production, so it was only short. So the first part, they called dads up. The dads had to do limbo, winner gets a prize.
Nice.
Then they called the moms up. Dallas turned to me. He said, you're single. I said, what? He's like, you're single. You're not a mom, so they're not going to call you. Don't worry. Out of the clear
It's just like
blue.
he could have felt attention. He thought that he could come call you on the stage. He's like,
Dallas said, you're... First of all, what do you know about the word single, though? Like, what does the word single mean to you? As far as you know, single just means one. Listen to me. Dallas took the wind out of my... I couldn't laugh. I couldn't scream. I was just like... And I asked him again because I was like, I've surely heard something wrong.
Yo, I remember I'm calling you.
And the way he looked at me, I feel like he knew he was being a little bit shady.
It's like, don't remember them calling you, Bob. They can call you. You single. You got no trick or child.
He said, you're single. You're not a mom.
You good.
You don't have to worry.
They ain't coming to get you.
Listen to me. You can't make that stuff up. Because Delton and I were just talking about how it's nearly Easter and April coming. The next thing you know is Spouse and Spouse again.
Oh, man, we back to Spouse and Spouse.
No way is December coming.
Back there again.
No way is December coming.
Like that, say.
Because I said, Lord God,
Still
if
single.
he was, if we were going no Spouse and Spouse for December, he needs to be here by now. No,
Yeah.
like he's got a minimum of 9 months. We can't anything less than that. We catch in 2025 Spouse and Spouse.
Yeah, no, not for that. You get celebrate anniversary thing. Plan towards anniversary. Yeah, so I mean, hey, you gotta come quick. Gotta move on it.
Because he have me out here getting shamed by 5-year-olds and 6-year-olds, in fact. And this is where I draw the line.
That's in case, guys. There she is. I keep this on fire. That's in case. Any guess in case he's watching, guys.
Oh, Delton, I believe that you being shady
this is
because you
in
have
here.
my best interest at heart.
Just in case, guys.
I believe you have my
This is
best
here.
interest at heart.
Like you think she's clean now. Oh no, when she cleans up, she really cleans up. This right here, this is just old rags.
This is just something I threw together.
That's
I
some old
can't.
rags.
You know what? I quit. Let me get off the show. I'm tired already. I'm fed up.
You wrapping it up?
I'm turning up.
Hey, just mind these
No
old rags.
paparazzi.
Don't mind these old
Tired.
rags you got on there, guys. Man, no man. So anyway, yeah. So that's what's been happening. I've been batting. Around in this early part of the season, this is really this is baseball season.
Yeah.
So
So
for
honestly,
those on Freedom
and Delton's
Farm,
had to leave one of his children to play without his, his support.
Like, we're trying to play probably another half an hour or so. So Dallas, I mean, he'd be right though. Dallas he's an old veteran now, so he can play without one parent. This morning I had David. Me and David went down at the Freedom Farm. His game was supposed to start at I think 10, but it didn't get started. It started very late. And about after the first inning, David just like, all right, that was it. However, we had to stay the whole game.
Oh, no.
And
That
he was-
conviction preaching
he
that
was-
Pastor Denzel do, I really use it for
He was
everything.
not interested
David lost his conviction.
completely.
I ain't doing something I don't want to do.
It was like, all right, we could go now.
If I ain't into it, I ain't into it.
I told Vera like his social battery, he disconnected it. It wasn't like he was dying. He's like,
I wonder where he gets it from.
it's like I took
Y'all
the
have a
battery.
child who don't want to be around people? That's crazy.
Yeah, he took the battery out. He took the social battery out.
All right,
It's
that's
like,
enough.
That's enough.
Yeah.
So his uncle and aunt, shout outs to Pastor Detson, late Robin, and Denny, they came over to watch him in his game because Denny had a game earlier and Denny done won. And so they came over to support David and they came to watch David play and David also watched them. So David just turned to watch them the entire time.
I know you see
and
me
threw-
watching you.
and
'cause
threw
I
his-
see you watching me.
Threw his glove in there and catch it for like about 10 minutes. And I eventually David made
Oh,
it.
I'm going to give y'all a show.
Yeah, David's like, if y'all came to see me, let me let y'all see me. But he was 1 for 1 though. Shout out for David. David was 1 for 1
What I mean?
with 1 RBI. He got to the bat. He got up to the bat once, and when he went up, he got a single. Made it to first base.
About once?
Yeah. Because afterwards, everybody else was. I think
Oh,
everybody else was done too. So That game was over with the quickness. It was like, all right, guys, 1, 2, 3 out. 1, 2, 3 out. We scored six runs the first inning. For the next 2 innings, we scored 1. Another team scored like I think 1 run per inning.
What
So the
Christoph
game,
come on this
the game
live
ended
with?
7-3.
What's
That's
that mean?
that time change.
What that mean? What mean? Explain.
Yeah. So,
But anyway, we've been waffling
yeah,
to really
so-
justify why we've been gone. We've had conventions.
we've had conventions.
meetings. We've had all kind of things.
We've had Operation Breakthrough.
We had Operation Breakthrough.
They had us on the streets marching, taking the streets back.
Mm-hmm.
We had convention. We
Convention.
had children's church launch.
Oh, all kind of things.
We had a lot of stuff. So we weren't just lollygagging.
Yeah, definitely. There was never a
never
Saturday
a
where
moment,
Lolly was gagging. Not a single Saturday, and I want y'all to know that.
What?
I'm sorry. That sounded a lot more sensible in my mind. Or stay safe. Stay safe.
Man, what?
No lollygagging. Lolly
All
wasn't
right.
gagging. No.
All
Sorry,
right.
sorry.
Amen.
sorry.
Amen.
Amen. But anyway, speeding right ahead.
Yeah. it was fast.
To our birthdays, our celebrations, our shout outs to anybody who celebrated a birthday in the latter half of February,
Yeah.
in the early part of March. We wish you happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
We still care about you. We still love you. We may not have made it out for your weekend, but we were thinking about you.
I want to send a shout out to my wife. We celebrated our anniversary during while we were gone, which would have been March the 5th.
Oh my gosh, yes, yes.
So we celebrated 8 years while we were gone as well.
Blows my mind.
That's
I
it.
always tell this story about how Delton and Julie were kind enough to pity me, and they invited me to their wedding out of pity, guys. But hey, beautiful friendships
Say
have formed.
pity.
In that, it was pity. It was like
it was
she's
care and concern.
she's this lonely girl from the UK.
She ain't got
She
no
don't know
friends.
nobody. She
Come
don't
on.
got no friends.
Come on down, go hang with somebody.
Lo and behold, I had a bunch of friends by then. I was very, very popular.
Yeah.
Secretly hated me, which I found out recently. That there were people that absolutely couldn't stand my guts when I first came to Nassau. Crazy.
Like,
Crazy.
how dare they?
No, I get it though. I get it. I understand.
You do?
Yeah.
All right, then. That's all that matters. That's all that
Yeah,
matters.
yeah,
So we had celebrated our 8th year anniversary.
yeah.
And
Julia, I
so-
say if you got more friends.
that's very sad.
Julia, I'm not gonna lie. I be about in these streets.
Out and about.
I be up and down. I be about.
So anyway, so let's get before
So
we
yeah,
go
happy
any
anniversary
further.
to y'all.
Yeah, but still, I to our DGMTs who here, I don't want to like not hail them. So Sin is also here. Sin said, "Hey, Shakara is here, saying that we look forward to the show." Juliana's here being disrespectful. Yeah, one thing we gonna do is slap up.
We established yesterday that we need an hour to rev up and get ready for the show, and
Yeah.
then we need an hour to debrief after the
Yeah,
show.
to talk about what we should talk about. So the
We
show,
need time.
the show
So
is normally
the
4
span
hours.
of the show is about 4 hours. And then that's in real life.
But the time of the
That's
show,
in real
hour
life.
and 30.
Yeah.
Chris Warwood is here. Shout out to Chris. I shout out to Chris and Sapphire. They have a podcast too. Free
Yes,
advertisement.
All kind of things have been going on.
So shout out to Chris and Lachey J. Jones, Sapphire
So
J. Jones.
it's what's it? Don't tell me. I remember the name of it.
Do you really
The
know?
Poet's View. The Poetic View. It's called The Poetic
I ain't
View.
gonna lie, that's poetic voice. It's poetic
Nope.
view.
It's The Poetic View.
I thought it was poetic voice.
So
Anyway, that's
as
poetic view.
poets, as lyricists,
Yeah.
as wordsmiths,
Wordsmiths.
they provide their view and insight into circumstances and situations that affect the young people. Not the young people.
They're really young because
The same
Christy this
people.
young.
Yeah, you ain't lying.
Oh yeah, so
Excuse me.
so
excuse
free
me,
advertisement.
Excuse me.
No, you
How
ain't
old,
young
is,
either.
how old is Chris?
Anyway, you ain't.
He's younger than me.
You ain't young either, man. In case you got case.
I saw,
You got case.
I saw a video. Someone sent me a video. It's one of these they say, tell us how old you are. So the woman was like, I'm 34. Like as a whole, she's whispering her age because no one believes her age. And then one guy's like, and we believe you. I was like, I wonder how people feel about my age. Like if I told them my age, they'd be like, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. Like,
Yeah,
oh, okay.
okay.
I was right. They'd be like, yeah, no, I was right.
Yeah.
Like I definitely was
Yeah.
right.
I'm
boy.
politely 25. Okay. I said to Delton that I need a show, an entire show that is based on the topic of growing up and getting older. All the stuff that they did not tell you comes with growing up and getting older. I want to create a platform. In fact, I'm going to start a podcast.
Getting older.
Getting older, because I just feel there's so much about it that no one told me that is catching me off guard, and I just don't feel like it's fair.
Man,
Because when I articulate these things, we're like, oh yeah, you should have known, but nobody said anything. Nobody
like
told
that.
me
That
that
does
getting
scare
out
me.
of bed is actually
a process.
a process.
It's not just a
It's
process.
a pre-Olympic sport.
Oh, buddy.
It requires stretching. It requires warming up. Like physically getting out of the bed requires me to warm up.
Oh yeah.
Nobody said anything.
That little quick, like, oh, I could go now. Oh no, that's gone now. That is out the window.
Let me find.
Then now you gotta.
There
warm
was
up.
something that happened to me. There's something that happened to me, and I said, Delton, no, this is the end. This is the line. This is the line I'm drawing it, and we got to talk about this.
For
I
me,
need to find it.
I like for me when I started to see the gray hair in my bed and stuff like that. I was like,
When grey hair appeared in my lashes, that was it. I wanted to go into depression. In my lashes. My lashes. I even forgot that this was hair.
and you saw white.
I just lashes. When I saw
no,
a
I
grey
got
hair
gray. I got gray in my eyebrows.
my lashes.
So gray's on my eyebrows now. Gray's on my hand. And I was like, what is happening to me? Like, it's slowly this decay. But anyway, so Jody Ann is here. Jody Ann says justice for Dave. And that's so shout out to Jody. Shout out to Mose Darvel, who's also here on the live. And everybody else who's hiding in the corner. Church boy. We say church boy is here already. Alan B. Wilson is here. Alan Bernard Pipe from Wilson. Call his whole name. Why? Because I could. So shout out to everybody who's here. Who's here locked in, and those who ain't comment yet, but is hiding in the shadows. I think Vanessa was here earlier. And everybody else, welcome to the show. Rashad. Hey, Rashad is here also. Rashad Jerome Moss Cunningham. Shout out to Rashad. Rashad also has a new podcast that he's doing as well, which requires him sitting.
Who, Rashad? Oh yes, his car chronicles.
His car chronicles.
His car chronicles. Are you talking about y'all people in education be making Rashad mad, man. Don't call him Rashad. You can't cuss though, Rashad. You can't cuss.
He got case. He got case. So shout out to Rashad, who also started a new podcast called Car Chronicles with Rashad. You need this number to tune in. Who else is out there? Everybody else there. So yeah, Jody
Delton, I
says,
found a message that I said
rolling
to you.
over his work. First of all, that's what you do all the time.
Yeah, because I know I said it. I know there was a moment it hit me, and I was like, "Nah, Vera. When did you? Who are you? And when did you become this person?" When rolling over his work, Chris says that sitting on the edge of the bed for 5 to 10 minutes just before standing is a serious thing. I am now officially at the age where when I sit, when I stand, when I breathe, when I walk through a door, Lord, I bless you. Every single time. It used to be that when my students mocked me or mimicked me, they'd be like, Father God. Yeah. Now they mock and mimic me, Lord, I bless you.
that's you do the movements.
Every time. Oh, amen. Thank you, Lord.
For the ability
walk
to
through the
move.
door, put down my back, Father, I bless you. Get up. Oh, thank you, Jesus.
It's that old age. So,
and then there's another one. Oh, Holy Ghost.
so I have lost my.
Oh, gosh.
I lost my chain. I can't find my chain that I usually wear, and I believe it might fall under the bed. And I didn't even try to go for it.
You need to send dollars for that.
And I said to him, he's like, I can't find it. I was like, Dallas, you don't really look. So now I'm prepping myself now that when I get home, I'm gonna try. So that
how do you plan to do it? Lie flat on your stomach?
Go flat on the bed, just look down under there.
Good. More grace.
And then I gotta bring snacks. I gotta stay on the floor.
I gotta bring snacks. Let
snack.
me tell you, this was the message I sent Delton. And I really believe this could be our introductory topic to get the Saints chit-chatting. You know you get older when. You know you're getting older when. And this is what I typed. This was the topic I said, Delton, we need to throw this in there. And I thrown it in there right now, off the cuff. Delton didn't see this coming. We didn't plan this. You know you're getting older when. I looked at a document I'm doing my master's reading. I opened the document. I was like, who prints in font 11? I said that out loud and I was like, who am I?
It's font 11. It's not even small.
I complained about the size of the font. That's when I was like, yeah.
That's that age, man.
Yeah.
It's like at least size 16.
And I was like, when it came out of my mouth, I was like, but who am I? Who is this person in me that is speaking out?
There was something that I had to read from Dallas them, and I didn't even bother to read it Because you open it, it's just like, oh, I ain't getting glasses. So I was like, I didn't have my glasses.
When does that
I ain't even
happen?
gonna try it. Like I ain't even gonna fake and be like, let me try to see what it is. I was like,
Overnight, you just become that
I was
person.
like, yeah, no. So I was like, yeah, no, I ain't even gonna try to read it. Because first of all, I don't know what my glasses are. I gotta find them first. So I better go find my glasses, put them on, then try to. I was like, too much. So I just closed it. And I was like, anyway, I think Dallas, we'll do that later. He's like, okay. I was like, yeah, no, bro, I can't see this. And that's what we got now. That's it, man. That's it. That's like never knew how useful. Where you going, man? That's me or you?
Marisha, I did that. Marisha said, getting older, I've been hoodwinked, bamboozled. And this is the part here. Run muck. And I don't like it. And do you know what I think compounds it for me? Compounds it for me. I'm around young people all day. That makes it worse. Because I see youth in all its glory.
And it annoys you?
I see it and I see it wasted. I see it wasted. And then the young people will remind you about things like being single, about things like being old, things like being out of touch. The young people will keep you abreast. When you work in an environment that's really all older people, you don't realize per se that you're getting old, you know?
It happens.
Oh, God.
And all of a sudden you realize. I know for me, I never forgot the day it happened. The day it happened, I was full out of form. And it was like 18 to 25, 25 to 34. And I was like, that's not me either. And I had to scroll down to find another one. I was like, oh, what?
I still don't know what age to say when people ask me my age. Like
that moment I had to scroll down past that 18 and 18 to 34.
Oh, yeah, like when they say pick your year of birth and you're like, and it's going.
It's like
wait, I got to
90s.
do this twice?
Like, no, but 90s. Oh, you gotta keep on going.
And I remember there was a time like I would want to lie about my age to seem older. That doesn't happen anymore.
Like,
now,
why would you ever do that?
I want to seem older. Like back in the day when you needed to be a certain age to sign up for Facebook and stuff. You wanted to be older.
Yeah, you got to be old.
Yeah, now. You know the day it happened for me. One of the the days that I can remember in the process of getting older, when I went to buy orange juice and I was like, I'll get the one with the pulp.
I quite like both.
That sounds so insignificant, but to me that's huge.
Oh, that's all of them, man.
Because when I was just like, why is there food in my drink? Why is there food in my drink?
My dad.
When I used my personal money to buy orange juice with pulp. Oh, that's when I knew I crossed over.
Oh, when I bought ruby red grapefruit juice, just for juice. And I bought ruby red grapefruit.
Great. The bitter one. I remember when my mum used to try and force me to eat grapefruit because it was good for me. Now, grapefruit is quite tasty if you ask me.
I was like, why am I buying grapefruit juice?
Great.
Let me get a little taste. I got a little taste of grapefruit juice. It's like, why am I drinking grapefruit juice?
Oh my gosh. Let me see what the saints are saying. Because we've hit a nerve, Delton.
Yeah.
We've struck a nerve. Rashad greets the saints this morning. He says, thank you. It is indeed the Car Chronicles. Y'all should follow Rashad on TikTok. It's an expose.
Oh, it's on TikTok too?
Yeah, I think that's where it comes from.
Oh, I just watch
it's
it.
on TikTok and then he shares it on Facebook and his other platforms. Tell me if I'm correct. Don't do it, Delton. You have church in the morning. Jody doesn't advise that you do all of that. But and last Sunday, Delton didn't make it.
I didn't make it to church last
Delton
Sunday.
did not make it to church,
Jesus.
guys. Listen to me.
Guys. Oh.
I didn't want to think about it too much because it would have made me anxious. I was very troubled by the fact that Delton did not make it to church. And then I sent Delton a message. Delton did not reply me for days.
Oh, no.
Honestly, when I saw him on Wednesday, my heart, no, it wasn't even Wednesday. When I see you Thursday, I was just glad that he was living. Because honestly, for whatever it was a lot.
The devil was on my track.
Rashad say snack. Listen, you don't know how long you're going to be down there. Christoph say nobody, me, Lord Jesus. If I don't, I talk to God frequently through the day. Just know. Me and Jesus regularly interacted. Every time I stand up, every time I sit down, at least. Then there's walking through the door. Then there's going into a meeting I don't want to be in. Then there's getting into the car. The pause before you start the engine. At every point in the day, I'm calling on the Lord. Because I need him for everything. And getting older has made that more than ever apparent. Marisha says, Delton, I never knew how useful a toddler was.
Oh, yeah.
Until things start falling underneath.
Oh, buddy, when you get them.
And under the bed, toddlers are a necessary part of the food chain. Now I know why mommy them was sending me for everything. I get it. They don't serve their time. Listen, no, I get it, babe.
Children,
gift from the Lord. That was the memory scripture in children's church last week. Children are a gift from God.
The other day I felt bad. Julia, don't call her for that, man. Like, you could get that. That's...
No, when David is like,
Yeah, they don't mind.
So willing.
That's at the point now where it's like,
But you could get it yourself, though. Don't worry, they're all coming. What they say, youth is wasted on the young and wisdom is wasted on the old.
it's like,
I thought it was me. Rashad says, when my lecturer said to put the font in 11, I was like, how you
like, I could see this.
No, because when I started to like magnify my screen, I found it easier to write essays. I don't know what my brain's sounding like.
It's like, now I got to stress.
I don't have to struggle to read and to think. Yeah, babe. It's
I
real.
can see it.
Chris say, at least we don't look old and beat up. And I give God all the praise. I'm grateful for it. Tanisha saying late, but moaning. You don't look your age though, Rashad. Stop it. One thing about getting older, you don't slip, don't trip, and for goodness sake, don't fall. Put down the t-shirt. Don't slip, don't trip. That's my shoe age. That's my shoe? Don't slip, don't trip, and for God's sake, don't fall. When I saw Julianne had scars on her knees, my heart was hurting because I just played that whole thing in my head. Like, Julianne, you hit the ground falling. Because there's different. There's
and she had on
going up the stairs and you hold a
She had
step.
on long jeans. It was like she had, her knees were still like cut
And
up.
her knees were cut up like she'd been on the school playground. What happened? That made me really, really
And
sad.
she was like, I feel good though. I say, oh, you feel good, eh? I say, okay, we can see tomorrow how good you feel.
Hey,
She had
Trey
to-
Thompson all the way from Elutra says,
from Lutra.
good day, Delton. What's going on with the hair, brother?
Trey's just jealous.
I was going to go to class.
Trey's just jealous. It's all understandable.
That's really what it is. Grapefruit is trash. Trey, that's because you're still young.
He's still young.
So I said if Delton is not in church, then something must be seriously wrong. Who?
No, we talking about being old.
Oh, no. That was the topic of conversation. As you can hear in the background are sounds of Bishop Denzel Rowe. He's joined us in the studio. Oh, gosh. The pastor has something to get off his chest, saints.
Hold on. You gotta lose the bottom part. Like a loose?
It should be able to.
Hey, it looks so well. Oh boy. Man, don't break a nail yet.
Yeah, you do it. Next way.
Speaking of getting old, they try to turn the screw. But that's what will bring it down.
Turn it. Make sure it's good for you before you tighten it. But the thing coming right up out the table, you got to tie that back. Time for what mess?
Anything, you gotta get it right away. Oh, I got time for this.
The man of God has his, you're getting old story when.
Yeah, when you get you go for your eye exam, and they do the first screen, you read the screen. So the first screen for me. And okay, next. No, the first screen is all the one letter. And they had that one letter up there.
Just one letter.
You don't have to guess, just say you can't see.
It's one letter. I know it's only one letter. I gotta get this. I said, see? She says, okay.
We go down.
Because your eye exam, you get like 4 letters, 5 letters, 6 letters. For me, I was on that one letter. That one. I mean, letter with the whole screen. One letter with the whole screen.
You just look at that.
She said, okay. I said, no, put it back, hold on.
I'm going to get this one.
I said, hold on. N. That's what it is. It's N.
Was it N?
It was O. That joker was
no lines.
That's how you know you getting old.
Sin said she knew when one of her way younger co-workers called her Mrs. Smith instead of her first name, and the way she held her chest. Because how I became senior already at the workplace.
I was in the gym last night doing back. I started working back last night, so I said, I can just lighten up. I ain't go too heavy, so I lighten up the weight. And I reached for the handle. My back went up very fast. I said, okay, that's it.
Not even doing the exercise. On the way to do the exercise.
I walked to the gym. I went to reach for the handle.
Oh, you left?
I left. I said,
Woo!
my back tweaked
reaching for the weight.
We have a new viewer on the live. We do not know this name. I think it's
story.
Cassazia or Cassazia, Moss, Miss, whoever you are. We
That's
are so
Cassie, yeah.
glad to have you. You know what?
Well, you know what?
No?
Y'all know her?
Yeah, man.
I think I know her.
Yeah.
I think I said her name somewhere before.
Yeah.
Well, lady, we glad to have you. Shakara says she's back. Are we talking about old bones and joints now? Shakara used the professor on this topic. We don't open it up. We're just talking about knowing that you're getting older. Marisha say don't twist the wrong way to fast either. Because items, too fast, I think. Too fast either because items may have shifted during flight.
I reached for that bar last time.
Who and they are not likely to shift back. Who during flight? Because what was during flight? Because when I left home, that particular joint was okay, but between point A and point B, something happened.
I think Pastor Perry said he's reaching for a towel and he popped his meniscus. in his knee.
You ever yawn in your jog on?
I know, right, Marisha?
You ever yawn in your jog on place? Your
But it's
jog on
early.
place?
You used to come at the end of the
No,
show.
I had that
Marisha said
before.
by now we should prepare for the bishop's interruption. I'm used to having at the end of the show. He's come right at the beginning.
Yeah, I come in.
The other day, I yawned. I think I yawned too. Like my jaw.
You don't ask permission to yawn?
I yawned
You
like
ask
too big, and my jaw like pop on the place. Like what? And like it was too much.
My thing is how they used to live to 100 and 200 and 300 and 600 and 900 and thing. How they do that? If at 30 something your jaw is already out of place, what you doing for the next 625 years? How?
That's in pain.
I had just finished university, gotten back home, we went on a trip. Bishop Longford Bethel, Bishop Robert McPhee, Alfonso Roll, Bishop Winslow Moss, Godfrey Hepburn. I went with these generals. I went with them to Texas. So we passed through 3 airports, one little town in Texas. Vera, every bathroom we passed, these niggas stop every bathroom. Like, I was like, but we, I was like, but we just passed the bathroom when we come off the plane.
Buddy.
We walking through again to the past the gate. They stopped the bar. I said, gentlemen, you can't want to be again.
Yeah.
There's no way you want to be again. And I said, Bishop Pinder, come on, man. Y'all can't want to be again. He said, son, live long enough. And the other day, I came off the plane, went to the bathroom, went to baggage claim. I said, you know what?
No, check this make sure. Let me just make sure.
I said, you know what? Let me check it
I
out.
know a lot of baggage.
I know a lot. I saw in the bathroom with baggage claim.
I know a lot
I
of baggage.
said, Lord, that was 20 years ago. Now look at me, 20 years later. They say, if you see a bathroom.
And that happens earlier for women.
They say, see a
Just
bathroom.
so you know.
If you see a bathroom, just stop. Just check.
Just check
you
it.
never know what happens. Just go in there, check.
That
see what
happens
happens.
earlier
Walk
for
around for a little bit, see what go down. And then, you know.
Move on after that.
Yeah.
It's no waste of time.
Oh, man. All right, let's get you there.
Delton,
Hey.
this Miss Moss, and I'm not saying it because I
Okay,
feel like you're an older lady.
I mean, Cassie from Army.
Oh,
The
I
Pace
didn't
of Pride,
know
man.
that. You didn't say that. You
Sorry,
said
yeah, that's
that.
Pace of Pride. I'll try
All
to
that's
get.
his
I'll try
Paces
to
around here. All
I'll
that's
try to
his
get past
Paces.
the
Hey.
camera together. Yeah, that's Pace of Pride. Pace of Pride forever.
Jody said it's always the mom or miss. I'm used to the miss though because of what I do for a living, so I can take that. I can take that one. Some of my staff I have are months older than my daughter. Now that
I was Chicago daughter. All
is wild.
we
She
found out
just turned
yesterday.
18.
She just turned 18 yesterday. Chicago.
Happy birthday to one Miss Kaylin Bonham.
So Chicago, you know
She's
you old.
18 years
When
old.
your daughter
Shakara,
old.
more grace. More grace. Chris say he has yawned and his jaw went out of place.
Exactly, like
so
Chris.
annoying. For me, I found the spot that if I hold it while I open my jaw, it doesn't hurt so much. Because at the moment I'm going through a lot of mouth challenges, jaw challenges, teeth, dental issues.
So you got to
in
find
general.
a spot.
So for me, I can't chew anything that requires a lot of vegan soft foods. But there's a spot that if I put my finger there, and even now as I put my finger there, it's kind of bruised because I've been pressing in order to eat. You know, that's where we're at.
You know you getting old when you keep your house refreshed with Dico.
What is Daika?
You're enough. What
I
is
bind
Daika?
it.
Oh, you find out.
Or maybe I know a different
You just even
brand.
know you need it.
Bruce said she had indigestion the other day from eating boiled eggs. She ain't understand.
Oh, hot potty.
Rashad seems to think it's funny. Every bathroom? All right then.
Yeah,
Sid say her knees cracked the other day. This is life. It is indeed. Like strange
You said
loud clacking.
the other day.
You know. They ain't nobody, you know, man.
They did it, you know. You know one of the
You know it?
No.
Oh, boy.
But I think I just know other names for these things. What's that?
know.
For
You know, for little girl gas and indigestion and all the stuff, put down 2 tablets, drop down some water, like fizz up.
Let the heartburn, let the face burn.
That's before Halliburton. Just original, just the original fizz.
You get that. I think that bubbling has to go down.
Jody said we got a potty train again. Jody, it's no lie. It's no lie. That's a real thing. Rashad says, nah, Vera, I was out one day and one of my oldest set of students is now an officer. Ooh. Who intentionally stopped me. I was like, how? When? You were just in primary school. My students are married with kids, so. Yeah. And Dallas is out here telling me I'm single and I'm not a mom. So.
Just FYI.
You missed when I told them the story of Dallas. Looked at me yesterday.
I heard it.
Oh, you did? Yeah. Yeah. Dika says my life regularly.
You single.
Shakira says she likes the lemon flavored. And the next vibe is my knees ain't the same. Bent down to clean my car. That's ambitious.
Yeah, so
and when I got up, I thought my time had come. You already did well.
You ever saw the boy with the guy getting off his truck, tailgate?
He tried to get out.
Yeah, getting off his truck.
What did he try to
He
do?
how to get off his truck. He's on top of his truck, back of his truck. And he said when you, like, before you 40, you can look and just jump off the tailgate.
Right.
Once you get 40, you gotta negotiate that.
You gotta look at the corner.
No. So you kneel down. You kneel down, slide back, 1 foot, then the next.
Then slide down your belly.
Everyone's giving
Times in
all their.
life, honestly, I look down the stage of life.
I think, could I do it?
No, I know I can. But there's something inside so strong. Say, Denzel,
Don't even try
fool
that.
with that. Because I won't come down to the people.
This stairs.
And I don't walk down the stairs. I will just jump off the stage. And I know I can do it.
It's a thing I used to do at praise team all the time, jump up and jump down. This week I jumped down and then I walked back up the stairs.
I am going to jump down the stairs one of these days.
It's
I
not
feel it.
necessary.
No,
It's
I mean,
not
you know, I
necessary.
can do it.
But you don't have to.
But it's not necessary.
Ain't nobody trying to
I
trick
know
you.
I feel it. As
All things,
Denzel.
what is it? All things are lawful. But
that's not
But then expedient?
It's not
Wait,
necessary.
I want to
Camera.
jump down that stage. I know. I have to the camera.
I used to put the camera in.
Wait, this. I don't
This
camera
one, this one.
Oh, hey. Oh, okay. Not leaving out. I come back when you get hot. What you talking about next?
Oh, no, we would leave the hot.
No, man. You're an hour and a half. Come on, man.
Yeah, no.
I am at the work. Come on.
Yeah, no.
Everyone's bringing their getting old remedies and online. There's got Andrew Saltz. Christoph say drink some 3S tonic. Shakara says she has has to her phone almost to her thighs.
Yeah, he knows
That's why
Chris
we
Coffee.
do it.
3S tonic.
Read
3S
all
tonic
time.
now.
Oh, so Shakara, you are long-sighted then, not short-sighted.
When he's got on a 3S tonic. First of all, 3S tonic is
Holding the phone like so.
it's a lot of rum.
Just to do what you got to do.
I found out when they got older, Christoph. I didn't even look at that bottle, that 3S tonic bottle. You look at the proof of that. I didn't realize that alcohol content. That's like,
3S tonic has alcohol in it?
if it has alcohol
How
in
much
it, I think that thing like about 25, 30 proof.
That can't be.
Okay.
How could it be? How could it be so much alcohol in it?
And that was always my house. And I was like, 3S tonic, 3S
Just go
tonic.
just go and get. That's why they say you can have a little for the stomach's sake.
Yes, that 3S tonic.
Medicinal.
Yeah, that's definitely.
We just said Bishop's whispering. He's gone now. He's disappeared. I think he may be coming back.
Yeah.
Don't fool with that. Hi, family. Shante. Hi. How are you? Say hi to the little one for us. Jody says, respectfully, sir, let's not. Bishop, watch yourself, man. Watch yourself. Don't do it, CD. Don't do it. I just can't imagine a scenario where we'd all have to like hold our breath. Why would you do that to the congregation? Forget about you. Why would you put all of us through that kind of trauma?
No.
No. That's too much. Leo has to jump to save him. Stuff it like, come on, man.
Yeah.
Even your armor bearers, them ain't young either.
They ain't for that.
Why would you put them through that? Don't do it. Don't do it. 12%.
It's 12? 2012? Yeah, 2012. Sorry.
12 is enough.
No, 12 is enough. But I mean, all my life that was in my house, and I never thought. Like, I know we couldn't have none. That was the one thing we could not have. We wasn't having none of that. That was safe.
Oh, it's
That's safe for
for the
all people.
stomach's sake.
And I was like, there, it helps the iron.
Please don't jump. What is the reason? What is the reason? Nah, if he did that, I'd leave. I'd be upset. It's like it's unnecessary stress. How did we get here, guys? I guess the bottom line is, where's DGMT? We've been busy growing up. We've been busy getting older. We've been busy living the adult life, busy giving ourselves giving into our adult priorities as our needs. This morning, I probably didn't get out of bed for about an hour just because I wasn't ready. And then when I did get out, we did stretch. And I sang a song while I was stretching. And the song was, there is something that makes me come into your presence. This is the line, my helper. Because just to stand up and to move around, I need the help.
You need the help?
I need the help. I need the help.
Come see about me.
Daily. My helper. Anyway. I thought of jumping down off anything. The thought of jumping down off anything is painful. The thought of climbing up and down stairs for me is painful. I have now resorted to taking the long way to my classroom because it's the way that doesn't require me to go upstairs. I could drive up the hill to the other side of the building and walk on the upper level. Don't have to climb the stairs now. It'll probably take me half the time to get to my classroom if I climb the stairs, but I'm not always ready for that.
So you can drive around.
Nope. So I drive around, drive up.
I ain't gonna lie, now I'm definitely one of those persons. Like, use a big parking lot. I'd be like, I'll drive around. I'll like, someone to leave. So
I'm not, whatever it is. If I park in the back here, only because I'm waiting for a closer parking space.
All right, someone to leave.
Delton, you were right about the proof of 3S. The proof is doubled the alcohol's percentage.
Like your drivers.
And the Saints apparently be knowing.
Oh, no, that 3S started
The
strong.
Saints be knowing. Listen, we're glad that you've all joined us on DGMT this morning.
Yeah.
Thank you this afternoon, this late
afternoon.
afternoon. Now, with this time change, honestly, I have no sense of what's going on around me. This morning I woke up, my phone was dead, so I didn't know the time. I looked outside and I was like, I can't tell. Is this early? Is this late? Is this high afternoon? What is this? I don't know. But anyway, it was 9:30. I was grateful for the lion.
It was 9:30.
So really blame the time change for this late show on the day. This time change. But our topic this morning is hello, is it us you're looking for? We just wanted to stop by and say hi. There's been a lot of topics that have crossed the desk in the time that we've been gone. But I said to Delta, we got to press forward, press towards the mark for the prize. We can't look back. No turning back, no turning back.
Because the top of stairs, the mental fortitude needed for stairs is different. Don't be like when it's like 2 or 3 like levels.
Did we have a show when I was in my season of back pains and hips issues?
No.
No, we didn't even have a show.
That. Oh, I forget about that. Yeah. You
had a whole
scene.
I literally became...
I didn't forget about
I
that.
was disabled. I was disabled only because I'm getting older.
Yeah.
I didn't have an accident. I didn't have trauma. I'm getting older, and so I was disabled. For at least a month.
Yeah, it's got to be a month.
I was going upstairs one step at a time.
Oh,
and then when children walk past me, I just stop because I don't want to be, Mrs. Are you okay? I can't be bothered. So I just when I see people come in, I won't start descending the stairs until they're gone. I just don't want to have to deal with the explanation of, I'm just having some hip pain. I can't be bothered. So.
You need some help? You need some help?
No, I'm good.
But
We did not have a show that entire season.
But you did need help, though.
But what? What are they going to do? Lift me up the stairs?
Hold your hand.
Hold my hand?
Come on.
I'm 34.
You need help, Mom. Come,
Who's
Mom. Let me hold you.
No, I'm all right. I'm good.
Mom,
So once I see people coming, I'll just stop and look at my phone. You know?
checking no messages.
Because I don't want anyone to see me going.
One hop
And
at a time.
there's a secretary at my school. She is definitely over 60. And she's one of them 60-year-olds. She's keeping it tight and she's keeping it right. She caught me hitting pin one day. She's like, no, girl, when that happens to you, shake it off. You're too young for that. You haven't had any children. Shake that off. She rowed me. She was mad that I was limping. I was like, sis, it's not my I'm not choosing this for myself. She was living. She's like, no, you're too young for that. You've had any kids? Shake that off.
I'm not trying to lift now. I don't
like,
want
if I
attention.
could shake it off, I would have. I absolutely would have. But anyway, we digress again. Getting older for me, Jody says, also means sitting in silence for long periods of time. Can't take noise.
Oh, you don't understand, Jody.
And Jody Ann, we've not had children yet. Please bear this in mind.
Y'all don't know the annoyance noise can cause. Just a bottle. What are you doing? Pass it. They're trying to open water. Pass it, y'all. Do you know how much water I throw them even know? I mean, like, just take the bottle and empty it.
Now the children must leave their water bottles outside. I don't want them that falling over, that clanging.
Oh, definitely the better ones.
Or the worst one is ice in the bottle. They want to drink it and I could just hear ice moving around. Put that outside, boy. You're not that thirsty. You'll be okay for the next hour.
Trying to be refreshed. Not in this glass. You're going to be refreshing. Yeah. You're dehydrated. You okay?
You want your water bottle or you want the AC? Pick. Can't have both.
It's water bottle or AC.
Jody Ann says, I'm so jealous. I could use a 9:30 wake up time. Journey
Oh, we
and
all
I
could.
get one of them every 3 or 4 weeks. One of them.
My wake up time is usually around 3:30 a.m. to a 3-year-old, to around 6 a.m. to a 6-year-old.
Yes. Oh, fun fact. I got to tell the Saints what Dallas did. Yes, not Dallas. David. Delton and Julianne's children are whole creatures. Not only did Dallas call me out for being single yesterday, David brought me a toy. Said, "Look, Vera." I look. I said, "Do you know what it's called?" He didn't know. I said, "It's a spade." He said, "A spade." I said, "Yes, sir." I said, "What you gonna do with the spade?" He said, "Didn't know." I said, "Dig." He said, "Dig." I said, "What you gonna dig?" He said, "Dirt." I said, "Yes, you got it." David turns around, holds the spade up in the air. Out of nowhere, literally out, and I couldn't.
And he did it more than
where
once,
am I?
too. He did it more than once.
Where am I?
He's just taking up slowly.
Had the young man recently watched and he sang it right
And
though.
that dropping the spirit out of nowhere. That's just dropping the spirit. He felt that.
The young boy has not watched the movie recently.
And he's 3. That's my
3. In his singlet that was too short for him and his shorts that were too big for him.
I'm gonna give him a...
What is happening? Who are these creatures? And then we're talking about we don't want noise.
Oh,
Jodianne, this is what we have to look
that's
forward
me.
to.
Noise is coming. Noise is definitely coming, guys. When that comes,
Oh, bless his name.
it's a different level of annoyance.
We've had a whole hour on getting old
Of just being old.
and being irritated by getting older. By the way, we're grateful for life. When
Oh,
that's
that's
that
gone.
we're still here to testify. Whether it's 24, 34, 56, we're all still here and in the land of the living. And for that life, we are grateful.
Yeah.
Anyway, what's our main topic today, Delton? Because I'm ready to sign out. Why? Because my old self is sleepy.
Sleepy. I mean,
My
but
old self
man, you
is
came in sleepy though. It was like, oh, I just felt sleep.
It's
like,
something
oh,
about the
reach.
studio, guys. As soon as I walk in here, it's like something comes on me. Once I take my shoes off and I put my leg up, I can't guarantee anything.
We missed so many things over the past months. Like, there was just so many things to talk about
So many things.
because we missed. Well, great big things happened. I know the whole the Tiger Bet is sort of new.
Tiger Bear.
The Tiger Bet talked about the church.
I missed that.
The whole thing.
I just didn't see anything. I'm busy being old. I'm busy getting
You
I'm
watch-
busy
watch-
being old.
Another thing getting old. I have to watch the news.
Oh no, I'm not there yet.
Oh, 7 o'clock, I'm locked in.
Delton, no, that's a different level.
7 o'clock.
You've gone.
And Julianne knows. Julianne
You've
knows.
crossed
But
over.
7 o'clock, I'm locked in.
No, Delton, you've crossed over.
God knows what's happening in the
That's
country.
that's the next level.
7 o'clock.
There's orange
I-
pulp. There's the font is too small, and then there's I have to watch. The
Oh,
news.
and I gotta watch the news.
Yeah.
7 o'clock on the
Woo,
dot.
gee.
I'm locked in. Ready to go. Like, what is happening?
I
in the
can't.
country?
So you're probably better for this news and reviews than I am. 'Cause I have
Yeah,
no
no.
clue.
I got know what's happening in the country. Yesterday they had a youth parade. Did you saw that?
No.
I didn't. I was
Just
like,
young
where
people
did this
parading.
happen?
Minister Marisha, tell us about this.
They
'cause
had.
we don't know.
It was just something about. It was about youth parading for peace and something like that. Like a plethora of schools.
There's some comments that we didn't get, and I just
Oh,
want to throw
sorry.
them in. Shakara said, "I must tell the woman that shaking that off might just throw my knee out." Agreed.
Like, shake it
Agreed.
off.
The saints need to pray. Shauna says she's 21 and she already can't take noise. And bless Shauna's heart.
In children's
She
ministry.
was a very willing volunteer of the children's ministry, but she is questioning her decisions as of now. She said it. She said that as soon as the children come in, as soon as they leave, the grace lift. The grace lift. And I tell her, listen, he can give you what you need.
Oh yeah.
David told Mr. Kari, you kiss me too much. Anyway.
He still came back
David
with
and
a
Dalit are indeed products of their parents, disrespectful.
I want to give them a thing though.
Delton, you old for shoe. You want to do what?
I can start a podcast for them. I also know how I get like a little YouTube channel on the podcast.
For the two of them to just,
Yeah, I just let randomly record them. Just post it
oh,
online.
and
I just post it
a
online.
whale of the time. You know what? And we just play the clips. Instead of DGMT, just play clips.
Play the
of-
clips of them. That's random dumb as they do it now.
It's the voices. David has multiple. David is me. He can switch up his voice for whatever need. Because he started doing a noise yesterday, and I was like, Delta. He had a toy in his hand. And I wasn't paying attention to the toy, and then he was making a noise in his throat. I was like, what's wrong with this boy? And he was mimicking the sound of a crane because he had a crane toy in his hand. How do you get like this at 3 years old? Like what? Insane. insane. And I mean a very guttural sound that he was making.
Dennis. Hey, Dana. You said Dana. Dana. See, yeah, no, officially yours.
Officially yours. If
No,
you gotta
need that.
watch the news.
I have to.
Oh, Rashad says it was a peace rally. I missed that. Why do I feel like I needed to know? I should have known.
And I don't remember. They were in great numbers. Like, and they were just barking throughout the streets. And I see somebody watching news. This is what
Gotta
happens
watch
when
the
you watch the news. You gotta know what's
I'm
happening.
gonna try. I'm gonna do my best. I'm gonna do my best.
But no, and so that happened yesterday. I don't know whether, because some people were saying it was the youth parade. And I was like, this is not the youth parade. This is not youth march. Youth march is usually later on in the year. So I found out in watching the news that it was something for peace. This whole youth against violence kind of thing too as well. And so it's for a good cause. So shout out to all the teachers and students. I didn't look at everything to see what the age, but it looked like it was all like from primary straight to senior.
Nice. Too much murder. Oh no, she didn't say too much.
Too
Murder.
much
She said too much noise.
Too much noise.
Sorry, I just,
Yeah. And so that happened yesterday. Anything else in the news? There's a lot of things happening. Of course, the crime thing was very, very high at one point when we left. It smoothed out for a little bit. Had a little one here and one there. Give God thanks for that. But I mean, so the crime thing's still in the news and stuff like that. Anything else? What else has happened? What else we miss? I ain't even sure.
in like the news.
Yeah, like what has
I
happened.
don't know.
in
Y'all tell us what we missed. All y'all old people who watch the news. Y'all tell
Who's
me
watching the news?
what's
I
going
know.
on. Since
what
her
we-
daughter began a question with mommy. So back in the olden days, in the 90s, when you was a child,
That's what it is. It's the
Is
late,
what you mean,
the
olden
late
days.
1900s.
Wow.
Do you mean the
the
late
90s were the
the
olden days.
late 1900s? That's what it is.
The nine. Oh,
Oh, it's all right. Rachel says youth march is late. Yeah, much later in the year. That's what I said. Yeah.
Rashad says whole peace rally and short thereafter, big fire. RM.
First of all, son, don't call our name. Just say a school in the southeastern district. Don't you talk about bases like that.
RM's in the southeastern district.
I think it is. I can't remember. East side? East? I think we southeastern. I don't remember. It's been years since I left that institution. Teaching and being a student. We have I can be a thing for Thai for you since you didn't see the thing with
Marisha, I
Thai.
have no idea what this is, but I've heard about it. Nilla and Cindy been going at it. Tell me what this is. This is I saw somebody post Cindy talking about something, but again,
Oh yeah, so the whole Nilla thing. So Nilla, I know this because my wife more than anything.
yeah, that's right. Blame Julie.
So yeah, because my TikTok days, once again, as I get older, they gone away.
I don't know what Julianne's doing. She's saying no congratulations to the big red machine.
No, that's not a part of news. It's not a part of news or reviews.
That's part of news.
That's not a part of news
That
or reviews. So Nilla was this artist that came here last year.
oh, that's her.
She
the
did a
American
TikTok,
girl.
and
Okay.
Chung practice a Kiki Kid. Did a little publicity thing for the Bahamas, and it got sort of famous on TikTok. The government was like, "Hey, we can jump on this. Hey, you, come back, do some more Bahamian things." So actually, I think the second time she came here, I think we brought her back, like as in the Ministry of Tourism brought her back. Do the thing you used to do on TikTok. It's like do the thing you
Do
used
the
to
tick. Do the tick on the talk.
do the thing you used to do with the Bahamians and the people. And so she was riding the jet skis, having a whale of a time. Apparently she's an artist. So she did a little song and she created a challenge. And like what I remember seeing originally, she was like she's doing a challenge and she had this little Bahamian accent from my boy them. And so she did it. And shout out to all the Bahamians that jumped on the challenge. Some very good rappers, Bahamian rappers, people who I never knew existed, but apparently are artists, did the challenge. And somewhere along the line, I think another country, I think it was Jamaica,
It was Jamaica.
did the challenge as well. And when they did the challenge, like someone was like, Bahamians only. And she came back, just the Nilla woman, came back and said,
Now that's what I saw. I saw her video.
She
I
was
saw her
like, "What
response.
y'all mean Bahamians only?" She was like, "This is for everybody." And then she tried to throw a little shade, and that's when it went awry. Because we was okay. We love Nilla. They was calling Nilla cousin apparently. Having a good time in the video. She's like, "Siri, what's the population of Nassau?" I think Siri said like some 200-something thousand.
270
And
something.
then it was like, when y'all get my video up, she's like 30,000 views on a video. It's like, when I get my video up, then it'll be Bahamas only. Until then,
And she picked up the
and
Jamaican
Bahamians
flag.
were like,
She picked
oh.
up the Jamaican's flag.
Bahamian says, so you want to talk about mothers? That's what the Bahamian
So
says.
you want to talk
The
about
The
mothers?
Bahamian says, oh, so you want to talk about mothers? And they went in to talk about mothers. Said she wanted to join in. And somewhere along the line, someone made a clarion call to Cindy Patrice. I don't know who did it. I don't know who made the call. But someone made the call over to Canada and told Cindy that this lady's over here was talking about Bahamians. And that's why I jumped off. I was like, okay. When I saw Cindy get involved, that was where I was like, okay, I'm gone.
It seems like so we got a few Bahamians that we know that jumped on it. E-Man jumped on it.
Yeah, E-Man did it too. I saw E-Man.
Judah the Lion jumped on it. I didn't see. I think I saw E-Man's. I didn't see anybody else's. But I didn't know it was part of. I didn't know it was part of a bigger challenge until after the fact.
Yeah.
That woman caused all this mess. Terrell says, "Why? I don't know if that's him saying good morning. I don't know if that's him saying, oh, we on the trapsy topic. I don't know what he mean by that." And then Marisha said, the CYC gang went in. Oh Lord Jesus.
Oh, they came and they.
Bahamians are real old day Jews. One day Hosanna, the next day crucify him.
That's what happened. Yeah,
And Rashad, you have hit the nail on the head.
No, see, and I think she was okay if she would just say like, "No man, I want the song to go for challenge," and then stop the video right there. It'd be like, all right then. But when you start like calling numbers, and now you blame the Bahamian people for your video not being good, all of a sudden now we ain't your friend no more, sweetie. Now we'll be your enemy, and it's.
I'm with Julianne. Julianne, yours is the comment. I'm not gonna say what I think because I'm not Bahamian, and suddenly I'm going to be the same. I can't afford that. I live here.
Oh, we come for you too.
I'm not going anywhere.
You gonna talk mothers? You
want to talk about mothers?
So if you want to talk mothers, let us know as well.
And the koi salad. Sorry, too much. Julianne says, I love to claim family, but she ain't lie. Bahamians like ownership when we're not gonna pay. For me, the whole Bahamians only thing, that's unreasonable. It's TikTok. It's social media.
I think the way she laid it out there before
her response, the whole concept of it's our challenge, don't touch it, nobody else can. Come on now, that's ridiculous. Because for her, response aside, that's money making for her, right? So the more people who jump on the challenge is better for her. It doesn't take away.
It should resonate as more views for a video.
Right. It doesn't take away from the fact that Bahamians jumped on it and did an amazing job and whatever. Anyhow. Her response, mother, you set yourself up. Ain't nobody can help you. You picked the wrong set of people. You picked the wrong little Caribbean island to fool with.
We the small crew. We the smallest island. We'll come for you together.
The smallest ones make the loudest noise.
We come for you, everybody.
Yeah. So I feel like, mother, you set yourself up. But Cindy, you're called Cindy from Canada. From Canada. What could Cindy? But Cindy got to keep herself relevant too. She got to find things to chime in on. You know how I feel about Cindy.
Oh, yeah, Cindy. So I think someone called her. I'm pretty sure Cindy had no idea what was going on.
Not a clue.
She had not a clue. So I was like, hey, Cindy, this girl over here.
Since said went in is an understatement. Oh, she get dragged. Marisha is the only honest Bahamian I know that legitimately purchases music.
First of all, man, you stop it.
Because she lives in a house with another Bahamian and apparently she can't claim you, Delton.
Yeah.
She cannot categorically support you. She was okay, but she got a little spicy. She learned about my people real quick.
You don't do that with us.
The people say you in a country with millions and only have 30K views. They called her a nobody.
Now, that was the thing. I ain't lying. And there's a viral clip of Selena Oscar Pinlin back in the 80s where he was like, someone's like, hold on. So there's 3 million Americans. You are my little country with people to do your. Gotta be crazy. It's like you want us to do your thing. If they don't like you, all the people, millions of people don't like you. You want us like you. Someone's like, you want our Grammy, them to come like you want to. You want our Grammy, them to go find you on YouTube and listen to your music. It ain't gonna happen, sweetie. It's not gonna happen. And so they went in on it. She apologized though. She tried to take down the video, but she didn't know Bahamian, so we can screen record in a minute. So we saw that screen record share.
From Instagram, say finishing up. That's already viral. That's already viral. Before you saw it, we screenshot it. Before that load again on your phone.
Yeah, no, we had that. We had that in case.
Marisha says she's buying the people music because she's trying to sow good seeds. Man.
As you should.
Good seeds. Now Rashad come with the paragraph and we love it. I believe that she truly didn't understand her audience. Of course she didn't.
No,
she didn't
know
realize
us.
that we don't joke around about certain things. We will hype you up in 1 minute, then come for everything you got the next. She's a content creator and those duets made her quite a bit of money. Her boy them should have warned her.
Yeah, BUI. What is BUI? I still don't believe that's the right spelling.
Boy.
Yeah.
I believe I spelled it boy for a long time.
BUI?
Yeah.
Yeah.
When I first got here and I was, acclimatizing, I believe BUI was my spelling of choice. But I'm now a BUI gal.
BUI?
BUI gal.
Yeah, no, BUI.
BUI
I think that's the way to go. Chris, it's hilarious.
Chris, why you didn't jump on the challenge?
I'm thinking that. It's Chris, the way your knees set
I'm
up.
busy.
Chris say the way my knees
And
set
this
up.
weather changing.
Just get a little cold in
have time
there.
to waste.
I get time for that.
I don't have time to waste. Since says when she did the challenge, she said this is for my boy them. So my people thought it was for Bahamians
Yeah.
only because it was a song about the Bahamas. I just don't know how anything on the internet can be claimed for only a group of people on social media in TikTok world. It's just not. It doesn't work. It doesn't work in that arena for the nature of, social media and influencing. It's not beneficial for an influencer to promote exclusivity of their content to a certain group of people if another group of people is taking it up. I get why people are like, wow, it's about the Bahamas, but I feel like that's impractical and unrealistic.
We thought we had it.
And also in addition, that whole is only for us. As long as that doesn't come from like a hateful, mean place, then fine if it's quite playful. But some people were being a bit mean and a bit like xenophobic with their possession and their ownership. And I think that's where my issue is. No, don't bring that here. We are just having a good time. Don't bring that here. Everybody just want to have fun. That is her livelihood, and the more traction she gains, the more opportunities will come, Julie says. How you want to limit her stuff and will never financially support her. That ain't right. Julie, I want to about you. I like how you just put things.
Julia, we win the game. You're coming. Dallas win? Or they game in Saudi?
Cindy even gone off to get them Reggie.
Yeah,
Cindy,
she went after Reggie.
What Reggie do?
I think Reggie calls out himself. I think Reggie responded
What
to
Reggie
something.
do?
I think he responded to something that she said on one of the videos. And it's like, come on, man, Reggie, you young, you must know this, man. You don't talk about Cindy.
And
Cindy got time for
Cindy's
everything.
a grown woman. She's too old for you to be going back and forth with. You are in a different age bracket, sir.
And Cindy have
You
time.
are still ticking boxes. we are other.
Yeah.
You are come on. Know your place, man. Know your place. No, Reggie. No, Reggie wrong for that. They posted said like Shakira.
Yeah, no, that's well.
That caused her music. That's because her music ain't that great. Oh Lord Jesus, here we go. So Rashad Dew was right there with the people who was calling her out. That's why she's coming here, going to South Africa and Aruba. Y'all need to respect the South Africans and the Arubans, please. So what? Only unknown people let's go to South Africa and Aruba.
And there we go. No, she going with
Rashad.
I think people call her for.
She went wrong from she put that on that sack t-shirt. That was mass confusion.
That was real problem right there.
I was like, how you get that?
It's from there. They sent it to her. She's like, I just reached back and they sent me a action shirt already. And she put her shirt
you're
on.
the problem.
And that was it.
You're the problem, it's you. And this attitude is why we shouldn't claim it all ourselves. Not my good brother. Who are you talking about? Chris? I don't like how she says it's still.
Yeah, how my boy them.
She says it's too forced, but I digress. Was a waste of time to me. Oh, Lord Jesus. The game before us, still going on. Julie's multitasking.
Oh, okay, yeah. All right.
Reggie was an innocent man. He just stated that he was Team Nilla and Cindy.
Damn, Nella.
He stated he was Team Nilla on Cindy's post, though.
Exactly.
And then he looking for trouble.
Cindy going after
You
her,
could be
so-
Team Nilla and just don't respond to me at all. No, he looking like he wanted to fight. It's the other for me. What's the other one?
Oh, the age thing says like nothing.
Oh yeah, we know the guy agreed. That Saxon's washcloth was the real problem.
I told her that.
You told her that. You and her friends say. Now the attitude was a bit funky. No, but if her own people ain't supporting her music, then where else do you go? Yeah, that Saxon's shirt was a red.
Yeah. But
Red flag.
I think it came in a time when once again we were getting the horrible publicity in the American press about the Bahamas not being safe and blah blah
Right.
blah. So the tourism jumped on the bandwagon and made her feel like family. And y'all it's accepted and started people start calling her cousin.
Bahamians will really do that.
Yeah, we started joining like, hey man, you family, come on, let's go.
And unfortunately, I've been reminded about this because of this topic of, the Hosanna today, crucify him tomorrow. One member of the DGMT Glory 93.9 Life Family, one Kai Jones, has been signed to the 76ers, right?
Yeah.
And so we want to congratulate him. He is indeed family. After coming through a rough time, he is back on his way up. And a lot of people were on that, posting him and congratulating him. They did. Y'all maliting too. Y'all like to jump on the some ain't right the bandwagon and the congratulations bandwagon another day. But anyway, we are only on one bandwagon here, which is the congratulations bandwagon. And the bandwagon that says when God is not done with you, God is not done with you. As long as there's still life in you. But I was reminded of that because of this idea of, and I don't think it's a Bahamian thing. I just think it's social media culture. It just makes it so easy to react to something in a moment, right? And the level of self-control that it requires not to say what's in your head on the internet, which you cannot take back. Once you post it and it's out there, you can retract, you could say your apologies, you could delete your comments, but I think it takes a lot more self-control just to shut your mouth.
Just don't say that. Just leave it alone.
And Stephanie Mondelez, one thing about her, predictable, because she's one of the people I was talking about. She did not miss the opportunity to say, y'all is a bunch of fakes. I see you, Stephanie. I see you.
But congratulations. Shut up.
Shut your mouth. Sensei, I think he made the post and she shared it. Oh, okay. So Reggie was in his corner just being who he is and Cindy came for him. Okay, then in that case. But the US had labeled us a war zone from like 2013. But we didn't pay much attention at all.
Yeah, they did it off. Every now and again, they put it up. They said, all right, they cool on that.
It was the fake congratulations for me. Stephanie said, oh, Rashad says, congratulations, Kai, watch God. But it is the same case. People laughed at him and spun around to congratulations. Our people are loco. That's what Rashad said. It wasn't me.
Yeah, that's why I quote. And I quote.
And I quote.
End quote.
End quote. Social media can be a dumpster fire. Honestly, I very rarely see it being much more than that in this day and age. And because maybe I'm not on the side of TikTok that's giving TikTok. Oh,
you know you're old. What the TikTok?
The side of TikTok that's giving me all the
name?
hacks to make my life better. I don't spend my time looking for the stuff on social media that would be beneficial to me. I see social media as being more detrimental than beneficial. I see it more as being more full of trash than full of gems. Me personally, like you got to dig for the gems. And then even the gems that you find, you just watch them and save them. Really don't actually apply them to your life. Maybe one hack a year that I see that I apply. I'm like, oh, this is a little bit easier. I probably have 200 saved hacks, saved videos, saved things I want to try, saved things I want to buy. And maybe 3 of them I've actually used. Right?
I think for me it's because of the creative side, there's more for us than I think anybody else.
But I think the creative side is more for consumption. I don't think it's inspirational.
I know, but in terms of like you want to learn how to do something like tutorials. Oh, TikTok is definitely for that.
You use the tutorials, Delton?
Oh yeah.
Okay, I'll give you that.
No, because for like learning stuff like for Photoshop, sound, and that. Oh, TikTok is that's what's there. Although you go by TikTok now,
Chris, you don't laugh at me.
You'll probably
TikTok
see.
Is the new name.
You'll probably see. You probably got to go past like about 50 different live videos of people playing football.
Just the internet, eh?
Yeah, the internet is just blurry.
Because I'm frozen completely now.
Oh, apparently, and I just got a text from somebody, but apologizing for their issues. Let me try to see if I took myself off the Wi-Fi. I think a lot of people don't know.
Stephanie said everybody's got her.
Somebody have to.
Somebody got to do it.
And I agree.
Take Chris. That was a slip of the tongue.
TikTok.
Jody Ann said she's proud to report that she's never had a TikTok account. It truly makes her feel like a winner. I have one that I've never used. I actually made my TikTok account for the Teacher Chronicles, and I never crossed over.
Because also because like your students,
my students can find me. They've already found me. They already told me that they found my YouTube page. I was like, what YouTube page? They're like, your radio show. I was like, oh. So if any of them are watching, good afternoon. Hi guys. I hope you're doing your homework and studying for your exams.
What exams are?
May.
Nice.
Yeah.
It's pretty studying.
Right there. May is right there because apparently Easter's nearly over. So
yeah.
Rashad says, I use TikTok for tutorials for real, Delton.
yeah, but
My thing is, the consumption is the overstimulation, the overconsumption of things that I'm not going to use these stuff. TikTok is my new university. I've graduated from my BA with my BA from YouTube, and I'm taking
Taking a master's with TikTok.
the classes are shorter and the variety is very diverse. Go ahead, Julie. Go ahead. Talking about TikTok. Y'all leave me alone.
Talking about
That was
TikTok.
a slip of the tongue. I'm sleepy. Latoya says she still doesn't have an account and she's not interested in having one. I think when you got friends like Julianne and friends like Deandra Darville, you don't really need an account. They can send you stuff. And when they send you stuff and you open it, you go down the rabbit hole.
Yep. So you don't need an account, actually.
It's too
So-
much. It's too much. It's too much. It's too
Have an
much.
account that's
And I
to
think
save.
on
Look
one
at it.
hand, right, it can be quite inspirational to creative processes, but also it can be very like overwhelming in the sense that it feels like nobody is creating anything new. I feel like there's a lot of regurgitation of the same things. I don't need to be tutorialed on how to do the same thing the last person was tutorialing me on. And they say, you find your, like, don't mind if 1,000 people are doing what you do. You do it in your own unique way. No, there's really only one way to tie my hair in a ponytail. Stop it. Why are you like,
You put
I
elastic on
do
next
feel
time.
like we've got a lot of people teaching us to do the same thing. And you tend to just gravitate to maybe the first one you find. But a lot of this is just regurgitation.
Yeah,
I do feel
I
like
ain't got no
going
things
on
my
it,
TikTok.
going on TikTok and things like that. I see things I've never seen, but then I just see a lot of the same things I've never seen. I feel like influencers, everyone's trying to get one step ahead, but you're never really one step ahead for very long, right? It's hard. I can imagine being an influencer is tough.
I think for y'all it's different. For females it's different because y'all have all these little hair and the nails and this
We
and
are
that, blah, blah,
tired.
really.
Yeah, Bremo.
All of us is, I'm like, how to use a compressor?
Oh, by the way, another sign that I'm getting older is I speak a lot more tree than I used to.
What more hoop?
Tree, my mother's tongue. That comes out
Just going in more.
effortlessly. Like at least 4 or 5 times a day. I don't even have to be talking to somebody. I could be talking to myself. I could just be making an exclamation in my house, in the car. I speak tree far more often
You
than
say-
I
you
used
say the
to.
words.
And I'm bang on. Usually when I'm fed up, frustrated, irritated, angry,
But now you're saying full sentences.
full sentences. That's a sign. I've crossed over.
That is precisely. To the answer is
Julian
everyone
says
has their
everyone- And you're right.
audience here.
I think if they didn't, people wouldn't still. But for someone like me, I just feel like, oh,
This kind of conversation just once again proves age. That's what this conversation proves. Age.
Julie's my age mate, and she finds it still interesting. So
Oh
it's not
Lord,
an age
beyond
thing.
interesting, man. It is beyond.
But
interesting.
she's using. But I understand because she's taking and giving.
Yeah, I mean, also
She
it
puts
says
stuff out there and
I
she-
believe it all depends on what the things that you're going and looking at also makes a big difference. For her, the idea of cooking is completely different from the, like 1,000 different. Not to put a head in ponytail, because you can get 1,000 different recipes in one couple,
Right.
couple scrolls.
Very true, very
so I think the things that you're looking for is what really a determining factor. Julia said there are many instructions that are the same, but some voices are more annoying than others. Some are more engaging. You got to find your people.
You gotta find your
In the
people.
words of Girl Talk, find your tribe.
Sorry,
The
the Saints missed the theme tune.
Yeah.
Fun fact. So I have a colleague, and I really hope he never sees this. So at my workplace, I'm working on being a bad person, guys. I'm working on it. But I'm
Try.
at that age and stage in life. I'm not looking for any more friends. I don't want to make any more. I just don't. So I often stay in my classroom, not because I don't like people, but I don't really like people like that. So there was a situation where I had to come out of my classroom to go into the staff room. And there's a teacher, very, very jolly, very, very friendly, always wants to talk. Like, hey, how you doing is never enough, right? It's always, hey, how you doing? How's your day? What's going? Like, it's always more than. And he's never asking because he's never asking as a platitude or a pleasantry. He's asking because he genuinely wants to know if you're okay.
concerned.
I don't have time for that. I just came to fill my water bottle, babes. Like, and if I'm having a rough day, I don't want to tell you about it. You know what I mean? But bless his heart. Bless his heart. So he's like, hey, how you doing? I'm good. How are you? I'm well. So he could see I'm still moving, trying to keep it like I'm busy, so I don't really have time to talk. He's like, so apparently you're a very popular teacher. So I'm like, oh.
talk about it now.
Am I really?
We're gonna talk about it.
So apparently, the Teachers Association in our school is preparing for maybe like I think an end of term family feud type situation. So they're polling the kids to get the answers for this family feud thing, and one of the polls is who's your favorite teacher, and apparently,
Come on, number one.
I'm close to the top. He said, it's between you, and he didn't tell me the rest because he could see I didn't want to know. But he didn't actually call any other teachers' names. But he did reveal. He let that slip. I was like, oh, I'm the kid's favorite. Well, one of their favorites. And the thing is, I really just be my real self. Like, and I appreciate that.
Jody said to let you know that you're missing the spouse and the spouse, though.
How you look? Look how you missing the spouse and the spouse, though. Why? What happened?
The guy, he's not, no?
Which guy?
The teacher who talks to you. Oh, boy, you like that's so far from your mind. You're like...
Julian, I wish the screen was clearer so y'all could see the truth of my expression. No, baby. No, baby. No. No.
Oh, gosh. Not even close.
No.
Dana says, I think description of a rabbit hole is the best description on TikTok.
A rabbit hole, baby.
And Instagram, too. All become that same thing. One day another continuous roll where you see one scroll it. Oh, you just go. You just go.
Blimey.
You just go and go and go.
But I mean, if we didn't have social media, we'd have no DGMT, right? So come on.
It is true.
Come on. We need it. The people that are trying to come for me, Mr. Acker Wilson, that's my daddy, Julianne. And he's not on Instagram.
As you know.
I'm trying. I'm doing my best.
As you know, he's not on Instagram.
I'm doing
He
my
could be on
best. The last time we were here, I talked about sliding in the young man's DMs. That came up in our last thing up about how, I don't think I brought that up. I'm not weary. I'm still trying, guys. I'm still being out there. I'm still beating my face. This is like last month.
What?
Yeah.
What happened? All right. Amen.
Amen. It was a very insightful experience.
Nice.
I need to do a poll.
Oh, what?
I need to do a poll. I need to find out what the men of God out there are saying. But anyway, we digress. That is not today's topic. That is not today's topic. We need to, Delton, we need to do a single and ready to mingle DGMT. All right. We need to do a single and ready to mingle DGMT. And we need to bring in a single man, a young eligible bachelor, and a young eligible bachelorette. That is not me.
I thought you. Okay.
And maybe talk about what the young men of God are looking for in a spouse, so that come December we be about some things, and the young women could tell the men of God what they're looking for. Because single men and single women all over the place, but somehow they can't manage to.
They can't find me that.
Why can't they? What's happening?
No, that's right. There, I'm actually no. Hold on, I don't know much. Do I know much single men?
I was trying to be positive. I don't know much of them either. I was trying to be optimistic. They have to be out there. Rashad said that would be cool. I think we should. Like all these like panels that they do on Instagram, the internet and social media. Like we need to do one of them for the Bahamian, the godly young people. We need to do a live DGMT for the singles. Them a live DGMT, a panel. Yes, boom. That's it. Let's make it happen.
Spring fling.
Spring.
Do it for spring fling. We can do a spring fling. Stay tuned. Coming to a calendar near you.
We could do it as like that could be part of, and like the live show could be like a live panel.
Okay.
Of auspicious singles.
Auspicious singles. So you have something in mind that you're thinking of on top of your head?
Yeah, man. I feel like single people who are like well known.
Julie, I see y'all gonna tell me a truth.
Julie, this dream ain't for you anyway.
Exactly. 3 for 5.
No, but Delton, let's do it.
Let's do it, man.
You know who's coming to mind?
Who's that?
Marisha. Popular, single, and everybody wants to know why she's single. No one understands why she's single.
Mm-hmm.
We need a male equivalent.
What's the male equivalent of Marisha?
Like those like men, young men who are out there, godly, about their business and single. The thing about guys, you will say they are single. Next thing you know, they have girlfriend though. So I can't even say, the people that are coming to my mind, I can't even say because I don't want to assume. I called Marisha's name because I know for fact, right? Actually, I say I know for fact. Anything could have happened in the last 2 weeks because we stayed on the wall.
You don't know what happened.
But I think for guys, I'll call a man and they'll be like, so I'm going to let the young men volunteer.
Currently, I'm not as single as I was.
Yeah,
I would like to be.
that would be I think that would be good. Julianne, I thought about Christoph, but Christoph released
said,
engagement pictures before anything else. You understand?
They say, don't y'all do it?
Rashad said that would be cool. Shakara says, do it. Julianne, let it go. Start a podcast. No way. What? Single and ready to mingle podcast. I'm here for all the great things that we could do. I was getting excited then I thought of all the other wonderful events y'all had planned on air.
Wow.
Like what? Like what?
Exactly. Don't come for us.
Define single.
Yeah, they define single.
Let me ask Dallas. See what he has to say.
Yeah, Dallas knows exactly what single is.
Delton, hour and a half. Let's get to our topic for the day. Let's do the one with the young man.
That is a topic.
We don't have a topic. I lie. We don't have a topic.
But we do have some videos that we could play. Speaking of single and ready to mingle.
You paying?
Hold on, which young man do you want to talk about?
Which one? Which one are you gonna play?
I'll talk about the single and ready to mingle.
Go on then. Whatever you put there, are you ready for?
All right, so we can talk about this one before we head out. Stay tuned, guys. There's more after this video.
He just recently got saved. In the past, he had same-sex encounters. Hold on, no. He just recently got saved.
Okay.
In the past. He's like, do I need to tell her?
And those are the people that would never have grace for somebody like that in the first place.
Ooh.
But let's have a real conversation.
Let's have a real conversation.
Let's take him at his word.
Yep.
It was way in the past.
Facts.
I've been delivered. I'm living holy. It's not an issue anymore. There is someone that will love that man, build a great life with that man, have an amazing future with that man, and there's nothing wrong with that whatsoever. And all these graceless people, I don't want them knowing my business anyway.
But you know what?
It must come up before we walk down the aisle. But it does not need to come up in the first 6 months, 8 months, 9 months. Really. Because guess what?
What's what?
She ain't telling me all the abortions she had before we... Let's talk. Let's talk.
You think the Saints caught the whole video and the essence of the video? You caught it?
The essence of the
You
video?
caught the essence of the video?
I don't play the beginning again, just so you hear the beginning. To hear exactly what the man said at the beginning. So in case you missed the beginning.
He just recently got saved. In the past, he had same-sex encounters.
That's the. Now, if you are a true fan of DGMT, you'll realize this was a topic we dealt with back in the old studio. we dealt with this. This is what where we used to do surprise topics.
Right.
Now we just bring up a question, and I did it to Vera one day. I was like, you find out that the person that you're talking to used to dabble. And
That was the terminology.
That was the terminology
That
back
was
then.
definitely the terminology.
Terminology back then was you found out that this young man that you're now dating used to dabble, in homosexual activities. Back in the day, you're now in your 30s, especially he's like 18, 19, 20, 21, and then early 20s. Now he's like 30, 10 years, 10, 15 years, being delivered, moving on. He brings it up. Is that is that a problem? Comments came in pretty fast. Jody had said she was wary already. Rashad said, "Oh boy,
already."
Jody had to kind of agree. Yikes! Rashad said, "Oh wow." Sin says, "Child." Shots fired. Was what the guy said. Said he ain't told a lie. And then Sin said, "I'm sorry. Call me graceless, but it's a big no." Because he said, "You're graceless people." He's like, "Yep."
Oh,
Sin
I'm laughing at
says,
your wife's comment. You can get there.
You dabble.
Dabble.
You dabble.
Jody knows about the time. Jody knows about when dabbling was a hot topic on DGMT.
I turned up the carry like that. It's sigh. They passed the just number 4. You get your hair out. Yeah, I took it out. Need to do. Julian, I don't think I'm ready for that jelly or whatever Destiny Child said.
Oi!
Tune to see how you say it too. Antonio Farrington said, "I already know this could be funny." Oh boy!
I'm holding my mule because I want to hear from the ladies on the live.
So the ladies on the live.
This really is. We've really been here before. This isn't a new topic, but we've got some newer DGMT fans. The live is hot today, and we want to hear from you. Julianne says, "I'm not ready for this jelly." Sin says,
"Call me graceless."
Hard no, big no, grace no grace. It's a no for me. Let me hear from the rest of you. I know we got Sean on the live, we got Latoya on the live, we got Marisha on the live, and I'm calling the women's names because we already know for the men this is a different story. This just doesn't add up the same. We've already talked about this, and I'm not gonna fight that this is what it is. To men, the kind of the outrage and disgust it doesn't actually exist. It doesn't actually exist, and I don't want to talk about the fact. I don't want to go into the fact that we probably should question that for men, the spiritual implications of women being in same-sex relationships. They don't even care. Like, they're not even thinking of it. It's not crossing their mind at all. Like, they're not even.
That's the thing.
Yeah, the men them are like, say less. Like when you say
or say more.
Say less. Say less, say more. Or when you say long time ago, it doesn't even have to be that long ago. Doesn't have to be that long ago, babes. Don't worry too much about it. Don't worry too much about it. And I need any man on this life to tell me I'm wrong. You know. And there was silence. So this one is really for the ladies on the live, right?
Yeah.
This is for the ladies on the live. So let me read these comments as they're coming in. Ladies, this is not the time for y'all to go quiet now. I need to hear from y'all. If you need to pull on the side of the road, if you need to put your AirPod in while you're in the store, do what you got to do because this is the time. Listen, we still have lines that you could call. Do we have lines that they could call? Oh, no, doesn't. This is the time that we don't need lines.
I ain't got the phone. The phone, yeah, I apologize.
Rashad says, having an abortion is different from you having sexual encounters with the same sex. Define double. Wow. Now, there's multiple layers to what you're saying here, Rashad. Dabble means, that's a good question. Is dabble or is dabble, that's who I was, that's who I used to be? Is dabble like, I tried it and it didn't quite work out? I just think with men that doesn't exist. I think dabbling is not a concept.
No, you don't dabble.
I think you were once gay or bisexual or identified that way, and now you don't. I just don't think men are like, let me try this out.
Send me a text, CW. He doesn't get an answer under an anonymous account.
Yeah, send a text. And when we read out a text from the anonymous person,
send me a voice note
we'll make sure people know it's not you.
Yeah, so having an abortion is different from you having sexual encounters. You choosing the opposite sex. You being attracted to the opposite sex.
So in defining dabble, I think when it comes to males, whether they came out openly to identify themselves or not, I think it's more of a practice than something you try. Dabble suggests you tried something to see how it went and whatever. And I just don't think that exists for males.
I don't like
now,
it.
For females, I think that does exist.
Yeah,
I think that the concept of dabbling is a lot more familiar because the taboo attached to doing it is less. Like, it's not as outrageous, which is why their husbands to be wouldn't even mind. Right?
No, you good.
And why that is, I would love to know. But yeah.
You see why it is? It's because of society.
Now, I'm going to say what I think he meant when he was comparing the two. I think he meant in terms of, like, sin.
Yeah, I think the comparison.
The defiling of
the comparison
body.
Was, and also, like, there's some secrets that you're not going to tell me. So there's some secrets also. So with, like, the abortion part of it is the sin part of it. And also, that's the secret part of it. It's like, that's the secret part of your life that they say you can tell me.
Right.
Yeah, you don't tell me about those. What I think is,
I think he compares the two in the sense that, and don't change the scenario to be anything other than what he said it is.
Yeah.
The person says they are delivered. They are no longer that way inclined.
Yeah.
Like, they're free from it. Like this isn't a whole, but they may go back, and you may go back to other stuff too, right?
Yeah.
So this isn't one of those. I think the comparison was on the premise that there are some dark, sinful secrets we have that we leave in our past because we've moved on, we've been delivered, we've been forgiven, we've repented, right? I think that was the context. Now, in that context, is it still apples and oranges? According to Sin, who says comparing the two is apples and oranges. Julianne says we could be great friends.
I mean, apples and oranges, they're still fruits.
But it's a no. I'm about to throw in the dynamic.
Don't throw that out here. Let me read.
Don't throw in the dynamic.
I have a comment that this is not from me, W. Somebody else who texted me this out. Says, their belief is the urge doesn't leave. It's just a resistance of a desire like any other desire you may be struggling with. She says, this is what you like, man. You always do. It's just you decided to also like women and add them to the equation. That's how this person feels.
So what does that mean, though? Does that mean you could go or you couldn't go? Because you're just kind of telling us how you think being gay and delivered works.
So, I mean,
Thank you for breaking that down. But what does that mean? Does that mean he should be
able to go on?
He shouldn't have to tell the woman, or he should have to tell the woman? Which one do you think?
Yeah, I mean, all right.
Because I'm with you, Mr. Man, who is fair skinned and short. And my real preference is tall and dark.
Yeah.
I got to let you know so you know what you up against, eh? So is that what the premise is? Because it's a desire that you believe they're always going to have, they should let you know about it?
I mean, yeah, I definitely should.
Or maybe that's why it's apples and oranges. This is about desire. But abortion thing is not about desire. It's not something like you could be tempted to do again. Like it might not be something... Yeah. It's not something you continuously battle with.
As you walk around the streets, be like, oh, abortion.
Yeah, okay.
So I guess that's
something
that's
partially
different.
like, I want to abort my baby.
Like, that's not going to come back to you.
Okay.
Again.
We fleshing this out for the people then because they ain't saying nothing.
Yeah, they ain't talking.
Sin says, I'm not saying, sorry. Shauna said she'd like to know before she commits. Commit at what point? Because this guy argued that before you walk down the aisle, they should know.
Yeah, he says not the first couple of months. He said after 9 months.
After first 9 months of the relationship. Some of us are looking for a husband now to marry in December. So, uncle, your time is short. It's not long before you have to tell me. But anyway, I ain't throw my 2 cents in yet, you know. Sin says she don't know how long ago that was NPO.
It's a no.
Calling the younger saints. I'm still weary, Jody Ann says. EW, we waiting on your message. We'll patiently wait till we can't wait anymore because we know it's coming. Sin says ain't no dabbling with that. You either did it or you did not. You can't undo that. Julianne says she thinks the comparison he was trying to make was that both would be deep, dark secrets that wouldn't be divulged in the initial stages of dating. Rashad says, this is interesting. I think what may cause a problem, though, he was delivered, is that what if one of his past pursuers comes to her and said they had an entanglement? I can't imagine how mortified the wife or girlfriend would be. But God can deliver anyone and they be fully delivered. But in no way can that be compared to abortion. Julianne says, 9 months is wild. That's too long. Sin says her concern would be if you get an urge, will you act upon it? Do you still get urges? That's an urge I wouldn't be able to fulfill. Then one like me, the images in my head, I just can't. Jody Ann says that 9 months sounds like a waste of time, but too soon might be too soon. Okay. I've got so much to say.
So someone went backwards and talking about the whole difference between male and female. Like women still use what is natural and what men already do for them. Say with men and homosexuality, you have to totally abandon natural intercourse. You have to totally abandon. This is in reference to the men and women, the difference in homosexuality.
Wow, I've never heard the reasoning of
with
it. With
men,
like that.
You have to totally abandon the natural state of intercourse.
And that's why it's far more taboo?
Probably. I think that's what they
Okay. Okay.
It's far more taboo for that state then.
Okay.
Because women still replicate the natural act of it, of sexual intercourse.
I've never thought about it like that ever. That's very interesting. That's very, very interesting. I'm pretty sure you've seen that from E.W. Hayes. Sin, if they are truly delivered, would they still get the urge? You see, this is the case is what you believe to be the reasons. Because if it's a case of deliverance, when you're delivered from a demonic stronghold, some people see it as a case of, no, this is just a desire that you're supposed to fight, like any other desire. Like the desire to masturbate, like the desire to fornicate, like the desire to steal somebody's husband. They all bandy in the same category. And what you do is that you fight the desire. You crucify your You crucify your flesh daily in order to live as we believe God has ordained. So it depends what you see. Now, this is not my 2 cents. This is just the layer I want to add.
That's what's over there.
And this one isn't for the sins and them who are speaking hypothetically and don't actually have to worry about this in real life. This is for people like me and Jody and Latoya and Shauna, who's only 21, and Marisha, right? Who finding a man in his 30s, going to 40s, in this particular day and age, in this climate, where the feminizing of men or men becoming more effeminate is just a prevalent thing. Is it because society is less critical of it, and so men are being more what is in them was always there? Or is it because something about men is changing, right? I watched one preacher, one of these American preachers, if I could find it, I would. He says they believes they putting chemicals in the food because men are just more effeminate than they've ever been before. He's like, something got to be right, or is that just a case of they're being what they're allowed to be, right? Back in the day, people weren't, fornicating was frowned upon, so people didn't do it. Or if they did it, it was very secret. Now it's not frowned upon. Everybody's doing it and no one seems to be bothered about it. So is it a case where the veil has just been lifted, the taboo's been removed, and so men are just having more effeminate men in society is just a consequence of taking away the taboo, or is something about men changing? Right. All of that to say, we're dealing with a different generation of man.
Right.
Right? The likelihood of finding a man, and this is more so for like the 20-something-year-olds, the likelihood of finding a man who did not grow up in church, right? So, he wasn't even breaking any rules when he gave into his desires for other men and lived, in that way, dabbled or did not dabble or deep dived or whatever it was he was doing, right? The likelihood is higher, right?
Right.
So is this a case of not believing in God's power to save to the utmost and deliver completely? Or is this just a case of, no, that's just my natural preference? Like Sin said, my imagination is going to run wild. I can't necessarily handle it. I do believe he can be delivered. I do believe he could be a wonderful husband to somebody, just not me. Because my imagination isn't going to, allow for it. Because for people like me and younger, the likelihood of a scenario like this is much higher than it was about 10 years ago.
Definitely.
I'm throwing that out there. That was the layer I wanted to add. Like how realistic, like how real.
Answer you.
No. How real this is.
Yeah.
Like how real this scenario is not as. And I mean, even 2 or 3 years ago when we spoke about this, it didn't feel as real as it is now.
No.
Me at 34, single, I can fully envision and imagine this happening.
Right.
Fully. So, that whole, it can never be me. I'm not even there. Like I believe it. I believe maybe, as Marisha said, she's not mature enough. I feel like I'm mature enough at least to admit it could happen to me.
Right.
My thing is, and I said this last time, this is one of my things. If you manage to get to 9 months and I didn't have any suspicion, like you weren't saying something that confirmed the suspicion I already had. And if I had the suspicion, then that's something I have to, like if I knew,
right,
or if I picked up something, why didn't I say something? If you manage to get to 9 months and you tell me and I'm shocked, bravo.
Right.
We probably could carry on.
Carry on.
That's how I feel. Honestly, that's just how I feel in a very practical sense. I'm not even being deep. I'm not being this spiritual. If you could fool me for 9 months, and I mean, me and you get to know each other intimately on an emotional, mental level, not physical, then bravo to you.
Right.
Bravo to you.
Someone typed just now in WhatsApp says this is a female. They say when dating men, that was the first question that they ask.
What, have you dabbled?
Yeah, I think have you dabbled. Said because it's a problem for me because she seemed to attract a lot of them in her days that they just loved her.
But then as friend, no? They didn't love you as girlfriend.
Her next thing was, let me decide if I'm prepared to handle that. So you best and for safety. Tell her from the break. She compares it as like a trans man going on a date with a man and waiting 9 months to tell them the secret.
No, man. Because they're presently living that life. They're currently trans.
I say no, the person, the people that they wanted children and wanted to marry her. That's people she attracted, but they were once dabblers.
I think the trans thing doesn't count. That's not a comparison because that person is currently not a woman. That's what I mean. I didn't used to be, and I've changed back. No, I'm presently lying to you. Like I'm currently right now not.
In my mind, I'm a woman. In my mind.
But then in this case, there's no I've been delivered. There's no I've changed. There's no I've repented. There's no I've been saved. There's no, come on, that one's different. That one's different. I disagree that the two of them are similar. But asking on the outset, I'm too scared to ask them kind of questions on the outset, bro.
So tell me.
But I guess I'm naive in this dating.
Have you dabbled?
I'm naive in this dating game. I probably should be learning from the more experienced persons. Rashad said that's the same thinking I had, Delton. Rashad, that's a chance I won't be willing to take. Marisha says she doesn't know if she's mature enough. Honestly, that's all she has to say.
That's all I got.
The ratio of sassy men is very high. I pray your strength. Jody Ann said this is a real,
very zesty,
very, very real situation.
Zesty,
Rashad said maybe he shouldn't say it. Maybe he shouldn't say it. If God delivers someone, then why can't he continue doing it? Why can't he sustain it? I wonder if you say everything that would cause problems within a relationship that you believe are no longer a problem. Because what you telling me for? What you telling me for? Do you understand what I mean? Mm-hmm. What you telling me for? Like, what's the reason? What is the reason? Okay, you used to be a drug addict. Would you tell me? Like, you haven't done drugs in 10 years. You're free from it. You're not even tempted by drugs anymore. Would you tell me? Should you tell me?
Should?
Yeah.
I think you should.
You should?
Yeah.
Why?
Because there's still a possibility of relapse.
Because it's a vice that the enemy may use against you. Okay.
I,
right, then.
I know of persons and persons not homosexuality, but I know persons that were addicted to like weed, and God saved, God delivered to the point where they couldn't even stand the smell, and years later went back because like life happened, and that was the only thing that they knew to fall back on. So as much as that deliverance process when they were new and they were fresh,
understood.
Like once like something happened back in their life, the regression happened. And they went back to what they knew. Now,
you see, for me, right, and I understand that, the difference is this isn't like a crutch or a coping mechanism.
I think it's something might be.
What? Homosexuality?
Love of a man?
Right, hold on. But what I mean is, the bigger issue is, if you go back to it, you're breaking your vows, period. For you to go back to it, you have to cheat on me.
Okay.
Do you understand what I mean? So my thing is, you could have been, you know, you could be a man who was very loose and free when you were young. Like, the issue would be not just that you going back to being homosexual, but you also breaking our marriage vows. That's for me the bigger issue here. Whereas if you go back to weed, life is life and you're struggling and we have to work through that, right? You're not cheating on me. You're not breaking our marriage vows. You're not defiling our married bed.
Yeah.
This is for me if we're woman or man or dog or you've broken the marriage vows. So I don't feel like that's the same.
I agree. And so,
because if you go back, we have a bigger problem.
Yeah.
Because my thing is, I'm not deceived enough to believe my straight husband isn't going to want next women.
Of course.
Because people say, is the urge gone? No, the urge is still there, but I'm marrying you.
Yeah.
And I'm making a vow to you, and I trust just as much as I would trust a straight man to keep your vow.
Correct.
What if your husband admits that they're attracted to both men and women? But, you know.
Yeah, husband.
Yeah, or the person you want to marry or interested in marry, the person you fall in love with said, oh, I'm attracted to men and women. Like.
Still now.
Still now, yeah. I'm attracted to, but I know. Yeah. Sin, that's the same or? Because this idea of the urge might come back. And if the urge comes back, I think the urge can come for a straight man. The urge can come for a guy who was promiscuous in his younger days, because he likes big booty and I ain't got one.
Like about to get a lot.
You understand? And he knows the other brothers can't deny. Sensei Vera, you have to ask up front. Oh, God, give me the strength. God, give me strength. Because I'm going to be hurt if a man who likes men is attracted to me. I look like a man to you, eh? Like, I just look like
that's how you would feel. I look like a man to
why
you.
you want me then? Like,
Yeah.
EW says you're going to have to ask. Vera, Marita says you have to ask all the questions. It's a lot. It's a lot of work. But you can ignore it. There should be transparency. Julianne, the question is how early on do you need transparency? That's really what the question is, because this guy never said don't tell her ever. Definitely tell her before you walk down the aisle. But that whole right at the start, you got to tell her all your deepest, darkest secrets because she comes with a list of questions. I'm with him on the whole, how much do you tell right off the bat? Because he might come with a list of questions about all my, all my deep dark,
encounters.
all my encounters in the deep dark past. And at what point do I owe the person all that information and insight into who I am? I'm of the premise that if I can fall in love with you, tell me when I've fallen, and see if it's enough to break the connection that we've built. If you tell me before we build the connection, there's just no hope. That's my thing. Like if it comes up and I don't feel like I can handle it, I know time would have been wasted and hearts would have been broken, but I gave something the chance. I feel like if you come out the gate with all of that, there's no chance.
Since there's something that should be done before feelings are caught.
But your graceless people won't even allow yourself to
Graceless
catch
people.
feelings. Because I'm catching feelings for the person you are now, and then you tell me about the person you used to be, and suddenly I can't catch feelings. Do you see what I mean?
Yeah, that is because the what if I marry you, then that comes out after. Crime scene, yellow tape, stuff like that. You have to.
But then,
Crime scene.
okay, so
yellow
sin
tape.
them saying right off the bat. Judy said there should be transparency. I'm saying how early. Marisha's like, I don't have the maturity to deal with that. Marisha says she asks,
I think,
what?
Let me go back. I think we mentioned before because Cindy said, Dana says best you know early if you ask me.
Okay.
EW says you won't have to ask. That's EW's belief, and it says you can get there. You shouldn't have to ask.
EW, I think in 2024 we're living in a different time and age. I think in 2024 you do have to ask, right? You do have to ask. Because the straight-looking ones used to dabble. I didn't even tell you about how recently I asked somebody about somebody else. I thought he's a young, nice man. And I asked very explicitly, are they single, taken, or gay? And they told me single, but delivered.
On the process of
And this is in real life. This is a man who I looked, I was like, yes, sir. So I think in 2024, you gotta ask.
You gotta ask somebody.
You gotta ask somebody.
We should come be hanging echo it, Vera.
Ask.
Ask all the questions. He doesn't be getting ignored. Julia said there should be transparency. Any yellow flags to left. Might not be red. Any yellow flags? Any yellow flags waving? Since there's no shop, because what if I marry you? Then it comes out. Yeah. So we get that point there. Crime scene, yellow tape.
So this is, I wouldn't read this
Yeah.
Marisha's one. So
All right,
Marisha's
go
saying
ahead.
these are the questions you gotta ask. What is your relationship with alcohol? What is your relationship with same-sex relations? What's your relationship with foul language and abuse? And I'm assuming, Marisha, for you, there's only one right answer to these questions.
No relation.
Like,
No relation.
because these are good questions, but what answer are you willing to take? Because the answer could be relationship with alcohol, used to be really into it. I don't drink anymore. Same-sex relationships, I used to think they were fine. In fact, I tried a couple, and now I don't think.
Like, it was cool, but
I
I
don't
don't
do
like
that
it.
anymore. What's your relationship with foul language? Listen, I used to cuss like a sailor. Now, I don't use any bad language. Like, what's the answer that's suitable? All three of them addressed in the same way. Back in the
Used to.
day,
Now
we're good
we
now.
good now.
Back in the day, we're good now. Definitely back in the day, but we're good now.
Abuse? Oh, I could beat a woman now.
What?
But now, I could not. We don't no more. Like, I control my anger.
Yeah, I like my first girlfriend,
Oh, she used to-
A&E baby.
She used to get it. Like,
But now,
I ain't gonna lie. She
I've
used to
had
get
3
it
or
bad.
4 girlfriends since I hit somebody.
Be 3 or 4 since my last
This is
encounter.
my last abusive encounter.
And what do you say then? It's like, okay, all right, that's cool then. Like, is there any answer acceptable besides never? Julian Wetfield is here.
Hey, Julian.
Yeah, Julian.
Bambi.
Bobby, yeah. Being weird when he ball head because he's jealous. It's not a ball head person. You can see comments later on. It's not a ball head person who's jealous of my ear. Julianne says drug addiction, prostitution, abortion, multitudes of sexual partners, use of dabble in homosexuality, proclivities of cheating, all things that I need to know.
Now, Julianne, the fact that you have a very detailed list of things that have gone, like things that you need the deets on, I appreciate that. For me, when you have dabbling as like a head and a separate and apart, that's what I'm not. But if you have a collection of things
of problems
are disqualifying factors, you say you need to know, but I'm assuming you need to know because once you know, then you can't go that way no more. That's what I'm assuming you need to know.
Yeah, probably. Like,
it can't just be FYI so I can put it in my files. It's got to be. What's it going to do in your files?
There's things to look out for.
Haunt you in your dreams. What's it going to do in your files? Like
things to look out for in the future.
Yeah. Rashad, imagine Shiny Clark is on the live. Hey, Shiny. She says, imagine he not say it and an old fling man approaches you, the now girlfriend with the FYI, he used to be mine.
Oh.
Nope. Have you dabbled? Should be asked within the first 2 months.
Like that actual part of it, I like that right there. Buddy. You walk with your man, hold him, when dude walk past.
A friend of mine by the name of Julianne says, you got to ask the children because the children know the children. Do we look like we
used to talk? No, we used to talk. Yeah.
We wrapping up though. We wrapping up. Delton, this is pushing 6 o'clock. How did we get here?
Shiny, glad I got to Shiny. I actually said that maybe a little bit of the future as well.
Say powerful.
All right, boss man. Yes, take me out. He's not Julianne. It's a world of deception, says Jody Ann Henry, where you're into heterosexual relationships when you dabbled. How did you feel with dabbling? Oh,
Of course, Jody's literally in malfunction mode right now.
Have to know.
She can't even string her sentences together.
Dana says you have to know, if only to know what your competition is. But as a female,
I can't do nothing about
as a female, I feel bad if my competition is a man. It's like, what?
Because if I know, that's what I'm saying. Like, what's he gonna do with this? I think in a situation where you feel like you have to know the information, is because it's disqualifying information.
No,
it can't just be FYI.
Just in case you wanted to know.
Just for my information. Just so
Start this for later. Let's start this inside the cabinet for later. Sin says something like that should be told before feelings are caught.
I read that one. We read that one.
You plan on your strategy to fight off other women, and the man slip right in undetected.
But my thing is, if I'm in a relationship where I'm planning to fight other women, we're already in a problem. And that's what I'm saying. Like, you slipping in the scenario of me and you are going to get into a committed relationship, you slipping is a case of cheating. Man or woman, or you cheated. If I'm already on the back foot, like I'm squaring up to fight, you probably shouldn't even bother.
Yeah, Rashad says maybe in the early stages you shouldn't say everything, but as a relationship is getting deep and serious, then the conversation should be had. EW asks, do I ever have to tell you that I was a murderer? You gotta do a quick Google search.
Jail.
If
they've been to jail. If they've been to jail for any reason.
For any reason at all.
Yeah.
You gotta know that.
Yeah, I'm asking. Does this fall under the same? And this is in the context, not just of regular relationships, of the case where I was deep in sin, far from the peaceful shore, but the master of the seas, he heard my despairing cry. And then love lifted me. Like, this is the cases we're talking about. The case of somebody who lived in sin.
Yeah.
Yeah? And was saved by grace and has been delivered, no longer lives that life. That's the scenario we're talking about. We're not just talking about basic kinds of things you want to know before you get into a relationship. My thing is, if he has to tell me, it's because he's going to be disqualified.
Because he's going to be disqualified?
Yeah. I believe if the premise is I need to know, it's because you have it as something that once you know, the relationship can't go any further.
Mm.
I don't feel that need to know for needing to know's sake. I just.
All right, this is my question to know if I'm going like continuous relationship or not.
My battery's dying, Delton. I'm weary. I'm weary.
Let me see here. Go on.
Let me read the rest of these comments and we're going to wrap up. So, I mean, thank you, Sin and Julianne, for contributing. Me, Jody, and Co will take your advice upon.
And you have Julian, and that's why I need to know who you get married to. Shakara says, Wait, skip.
Okay, no, you go ahead.
Oh. As he goes to Precious now. He's talking about me. My personal belief is stay like early and then give them the choice whether to stay or not. Don't take away a woman's happiness. So let them know. That is personal belief.
I think by 6 months.
By 6 months?
Yeah.
How deep do you go to 6 months?
It depends on a relationship.
So let's say it's a heterosexual man and he has like Julian has a multitude of sexual partners. How early do you know that information?
I think around the same time.
6 months?
Yeah.
And that will deter you? He's been like, I've caught
if my man was loose as a goose.
I caught
before.
about 35 bodies.
Oh, God. Oh, my goodness.
In my days, about 35. Is that a cutoff point for you? 35 is a cutoff point?
No, again, my thing is if you were living wild and in sin, like if you're not that person anymore, it would be more convenient if you were when you were that person, you didn't catch as many bodies. But if you're not that person anymore,
all right, in my previous life, I caught 34. Since then, I caught one. I had a relapse. I caught one body. Now it's not 35, but it's just 34. Since then, I caught one. I caught one church sister caught me slipping one time. So now, since I've been saved and delivered, I just
I would say to him, I get it. Don't worry.
We all right?
We'll be okay.
All right. So now we get answers.
Don't try to catch this body. That's what Just don't try and catch this body. Let me make that.
Don't I fall in and catch me?
Don't even try. If I fall in here, let me hit the ground. Let me bust my head. Call 911. Do not.
Don't catch this body.
Do not pass go. Do not collect 200.
Directly to jail.
Just straight to jail.
Those are good questions that can be asked on both sides, as there are also a lot of women dabbling as well.
But Rashad, we already accepted that the man don't care if the women dabbling.
Yeah, you asked the question if any men had that problem. I don't think any men online said anything. Because I know we have Dana, we have Christoph, we have Chris, Rashad, we have all those men I know online.
If you found out that
your female used to dabble,
the lady that you're dating used to dabble in homosexual relations, would you care? Would it be a red flag?
Oh my God!
Nope. They would probably put that in the group chat.
Put it in the group chat.
They put that shit in the group chat. Ain't spoken in the group chat
in
months, but Sunday they have an update.
We got ourselves a freak, guys.
No, he wouldn't be. Not if he plans to marry her, he wouldn't put her in the group chat. But he'd smile to himself though.
Inwardly. You won't see it. You won't see the smile.
Risha says, actually, there's grace for answers. It's not a judgment question. It's it's for informational purposes only. I ain't committing without knowledge. This is for knowledge only. You know what, Marisha? That's a very safe response, and I can sympathize, agree with that.
Chikara says you can ask all the right questions, and they can still choose to withhold the info for fear of losing you in judgment. It's also true.
But then, if you withhold, I can accuse you of lying, which is another issue altogether.
Lying by omission.
But my thing is, at what point do I owe you that information that is sensitive and deep and dark and secretive? Like, y'all want it before you catch feelings, but if you don't feel for me, I don't owe you that information. Like, if you don't care enough about me, why would I tell you?
You don't even know that.
You understand what I mean? So my thing is, I think to say right out the back, that's unrealistic. That I need to know the person cares enough for me to trust them with that information.
Yeah.
But you'll want the information before they can trust you. That's bizarre. That's why for me, 6 months.
6 months in.
Yeah. Because I want you to know. 6 months is I'm not saying I love you before then. I don't care if I feel it. I'm not saying it. Definitely. And so 6 months for me is reasonable. Because at 6 months, you can trust that I care enough about you to give me the intimate details about your life. So if it doesn't work out, I'm not going to have your business in the streets.
I was just scrolling anyway. Some more content I have left to go. I tried to scroll down to see what more I have left to go. Jeez, it's a lot
Hitting
more.
as hard. Hitting is a hard no as well. So if he's an abuser in the past, how can you compete with a man? It ain't going to work. But I'm not trying to compete with other women on anyway.
There's no better for man. But it doesn't. Those are attractions.
That's what I'm saying.
You ain't competing, but the competition is there.
But then I don't want to think like that. Like, I don't
That's
want
it.
to
You
think
gotta
like
think
that
like
in a
it.
relationship.
I'm like, I have 2 children, ma'am. That's them always in the race. They might not say it, but you can know when to get there. I win. I
Absolutely.
didn't know we was trying. I didn't know it's competition.
Julianne says, exercise your right to Google.
Definitely.
Absolutely. Murderer, molester, rapist, child predator. We need to know.
Choom choom.
These are the stories.
These are the stories.
Just a tip though, if a guy you're
Pause.
interested in is very social on social media with the alphabet community, keep that as a mentor. I always used to use it as a guide while single.
Let's see what they say. Do they post the flag for the Rainbow Man?
Oh no, then me and you have a belief conflict. We have some fundamental belief differences. Unfortunately, some women can swallow their partner cheating on them. With a woman, they can probably forgive.
yeah.
But
That's
now my thing was in the past, I would feel less offended if I got cheated on by a man because that's not me. I couldn't do anything. Like a woman could offer you something I can't. Do you know what I mean? Me and I have the same thing. Why did you cheat? I don't have what he has. I can see where you got. Do you understand what I mean? So I actually view that completely differently. Sin, completely differently. I would be more hurt if he cheated with a woman than if he cheated with a man. Because I could never compete with a man, so it's fine. It's not on me. But if it was a woman, I'd be like, what does she have that I don't have? What does she do that I couldn't do?
That's a very different approach.
That's what would be
It's like, well, I can't do that, but
I can't do that like that. Like I could have never won. I was always gonna lose. But if it's a woman, I should have done more of this. I should have tried this. I could have done more of that. You understand what I'm saying?
That's what you could have. You could have buy things, man. That's different.
Julianne comes back to say, unfortunately, that list she gave, she can't trust none of them.
Oh, yeah, none of them categories. Yeah, no, it's a hard no.
Why the movie with Janet Jackson just crossed my mind? Which one?
It does what that is. I mean, how long ago that was? This was like 7 minutes ago.
Oh, was that Tyler Perry?
I know.
The Tyler Perry movie?
Do you know it was a murderer? They did the person resurrect. What you mean you was a murderer? Are you no longer? But are you still a murderer? You still killed somebody.
How long do you hold the title of the sin you committed?
That's no offense. That's a criminal. Like, you once murder, always a murderer. You're a murderer. You're not no longer a murderer. You still murdered somebody. You're still a killer.
You're
still a killer. You're a safe killer, but you're still a killer. Yeah, no, you're right.
I don't know about that one.
I mean, they do have a record could be expunged, I guess. So by law, like you have a clean record, so it doesn't count anymore. But the person's family, they still like it. No, that's the killer. That's definitely the killer.
Yeah, I don't know about that. You've been labeled as that thing forever because you did it before once.
I mean, if you killed somebody once, it's still a killer. Like, it's
like
hard.
it.
It's hard to
I
say,
don't
but
like
it is what it is.
Jesus loves you best, baby.
We never see
Give me everything
forgiveness.
she got.
We do not have a seal forgiveness.
Right. Unless the victim comes back to life, you are still considered a murderer. Okay, so Donnie said doesn't. These are automatic, like breathing, no question.
So no question for that. Oh.
They may not be that person, Vera, but they have been delivered from all that cross-contamination. Have they been delivered from all that cross-contamination of souls? What, the man with 35 bodies? You ain't lied, Julianne. We too old for that 6-month wait thing. Time is of the essence. 6 months of my life is too much valuable time, man. My thing, Marisha, I've said this before, the older you get, the more imperative it is that you put some certain time checks in place because you're more inclined to be desperate and make uninformed decisions. So for me, as the older I get and the less time I feel like I have, is the more time I need to force myself to take. That's how I feel. That's my viewpoint on that. I agree. Time is ticking. Which movie that? I feel like that's a Tyler Perry movie. 35 is the smallest amount of soul ties. 35 times 1 million soul ties. Jesus help. Men would love that. Dana talks about it. There you go. They come. And I talk in Christian men too. Dana, I didn't want to bring it up. Because
man is manly men.
Life is too much. We don't, what did you say?
So you don't have a sword for that
We don't
fight.
have a sword for that fight, eh? Which one?
The man against man. You don't have a sword for that.
Yeah, the guy could never get in that. Julianne, you
got it. How you get it?
That's how I feel.
Oh, yeah, sword fight.
That's a different tournament. I couldn't have even entered that tournament. I couldn't even
got it,
been in
sword
that
fight.
competition.
The sword fighting competition.
Yeah.
You can't even enter the sword fight.
Yeah. I lose in a fight. I couldn't fight. That don't make no sense. I lose in a competition I was never able to enter. I was ineligible for. I think it's a Tyler Perry movie she's referencing. I believe so too. Sin says, me too, Shakara. That scene is playing in my head. I remember it vaguely.
For Colored Girls.
For Colored Girls. That's the one?
It's a Tyler Perry movie, definitely. I didn't see it. And Rashad.
Oh, so yes, there it is.
Shakara, you tied the wrong person. You tied Rashad Penn photography. Take Rashad Penn name of that. That's
it.
Not Rashad. I will be Janet Jackson. Who doing the bending? I'm sorry. I have to be the graceless one. So send that in this conversation with the same way she started. Graceless. That's her.
And then there's the details of in the scenario, which one were you? Oh gosh. See, that's the kind of question Sin would be asking.
Yeah,
that's the kind of thing I don't want to know.
So what part did you play
know.
in this scenario?
I'm different. I'd be like, you know what? Keep that information. I'm good.
Because then now your imagination definitely going out. Like that, them images in there now.
Yeah, I can't do that.
2 hours, 40 minutes in, guys. We came in here with nothing to talk about. 2 hours, 14 minutes later, we talked about all the things. That's why you gotta love DGMT. But it's time for us to go, guys. We gotta go because Vera here and she is sleeping.
And I want you to know I have an assignment to do tonight, and this is 6 p.m. That's crazy.
Next week, EW says we can talk about this next. EW says if a woman in the church ever had sex, like while she's in the church, can I ever trust her because she cheated on God? If it's a good Christian woman in the church.
I mean, you cheat on God when you lie.
so it can't. So
you
can
cheat
they
on
be trusted?
God when you know, He's told you to pay your tithes and you don't do it. You spend it on a new something else. I feel like cheating on God is so broad.
Broad dollar.
Yeah.
No.
I understand what you mean in terms of we are the bride of Christ and our chastity and all of that kind of stuff. Is part of our honor and worship to God. I get that. But I feel like the concept of cheating on God is anything you do against him. Anytime you pick yourself and your desires over God and you idolize or pick an idol over him, you're cheating.
Yeah.
There will be no other.
So I'm just saying, Vera, I have to do homework for class. Y'all have given me the energy I need to finish 12-page case study.
Jesus.
A 12-page case study, Jody.
I have one group project that's about a month old. And it's due on Wednesday.
It's a group, though.
And every time I look up to do the work, the group leader, the self-elected group leader, has done my task. And then she finds something else she wants me to do. I said, Mother, we can play this dance all the way to deadline.
If you want to.
If you don't have the patience to let me do what I'm supposed to do, you didn't do my work for me then. Because no one told you to be the group leader. You decided that's what you want.
I'm the leader. I say what you're going to do.
All right, then.
Today I said, hurry up the game about to start. Why this game didn't start here? This game will start from 4
That's
o'clock.
crazy.
AWTV is talking about sex, right? Don't change topic. Don't bring line in this. We're talking about
No,
sex.
but then that's why the man made the comment about abortion, because all of these things, we have certain things outside another, but his point was they really all fall in the same category.
Yeah, baby.
What's my final? My final would be, let me show genuine interest and care in you before you tell me your deepest, darkest secrets. You don't owe me that information before. However, don't let me put a ring on my finger without knowing things that have the potential to affect our marriage. And I think that's the distinction between what I should be told and what I shouldn't be told. What still has potential, as small as it might be, to affect our marriage. Your 35 bodies may have the potential to affect our marriage and any ties that you have to people. To be honest, what could affect our marriage? The scope is so broad. Anything that has the potential to affect you has the potential to affect our marriage.
Correct.
But I do feel like there comes a point where you have to say certain things before marriage. But I think you do not owe anybody your deepest, darkest information, your whole profile, first date she's asking you, and you have to answer. I think, ladies, one, it's unrealistic to get people to trust us with that information when we don't even like them. Like some of us, we don't even like them, and we want them to tell us the stuff they don't really tell
Deep
anybody.
dark secrets.
Right? That's one. And two, that early, strong interview, all the hard questions right out the gate, it just sucks the joy out of any kind of relationship building. It really does. It really does. And I think that's what
Where do you go from here? What more questions do I want to actually want to know from you now?
Yeah, when you start off as an interview, like we can't just a key or what was on the news or something that's going down on social media. I've got to be like, so what is your mother's, what demons are in your mother's bloodline? Like, give the guy a break. Give him a minute. What ancestral curses are you battling with?
Like, I need to know.
What does the devil have on you?
I need to know. Do you have a less of strongholds in your family? As we go, I want to leave you all this year. This is all I want, the questions that you need to know, one of the things that need to happen before you get married. Explain it.
I'm one of the Christians who think, listen to me, I'm a woman of God, I'm a pastor. The name of my church is Authority Bible Church. We meet at La Palm Royal Beach Hotel every Sunday at 3 p.m. You are invited. I am one of the women of God who thinks that before you marry a man, you must see his penis. You must see it, you must hold it, you must feel it, and make sure it's working.
That's what we believe. We talk about next week. We can see that's one of the questions that you got to ask also before you get married. We're going to talk about that next week. How do y'all feel about this? We're going to talk about it next week as Vera Auntie is on here from her church. As Vera Auntie is out here telling people what to do before you get married. Is that something we also should do before you get married? These are things that you... QTNA.
I'm so mad that
QTNA. Things that we need to know, questions that need to be answered. Auntie says these are things as a pastor that you got to know before you get married.
I am one of the women of God.
Woman of the woman of God.
I'm just upset that she belongs to my people.
Oh, she yours, man.
She's out.
No taking it away. She is one of y'all.
Palm Royal Beach Hotel. I was like, Mom, now that's not even a small situation. Y'all have gone elite.
Oh boy, so we know about that next week. We can find out if Mama's right. Mama's
Why
wrong.
y'all meet so late in the afternoon? Ghanaians do not like going to church at 3 o'clock. They want to be in church 7 a.m. I tell you. My sister was like, 7 a.m. service be ramful. Ghanaians do not go to church in the hot sun. Who is coming to your 3 p.m. service? That's the first question.
It's an hotel, man. It's good Diana nigga.
I don't like how Latoya disappeared for the whole talk.
I come back right
like,
now.
I'm back.
I come back on that point. Oh no!
Toya, why did you disappear on the previous topic? You didn't even want to waste your energy and time on that.
Hey, so we can talk about that next week. I'll say you got to before you get married.
Jody Ann said it's always your people or my people, Vera. Our people are the same people, Jody Ann. That's the first problem. Your people and my people are the same.
All we is one family. All we is one. Y'all be safe, man. Have a great weekend. Rest of the weekend. That's how we ended. We're going to talk about that next week. Y'all go to church tomorrow. We having a good old time at church tomorrow. We having our, what we call it, Jubilee Sunday, where we're choosing to celebrate. This is our year of Jubilee for us as Bahamians. And we're looking at that scripture from Leviticus that tell us what we're going to do and we can hallow this year. And so we are hallowing this whole year for 50. And so join us at Life Worship Center tomorrow. We begin at 9:30 a.m. Come down one, come down all. It's going to be a hoot and a holler.
These comments are killing me.
So y'all come down, join us at Jubilee Sunday.
Do not invite her to the youth conference.
You can't invite us to youth conference.
Because you can't, guys.
You can't, guys. She guys. So y'all come join us tomorrow. Y'all enjoy the rest of your weekend. I have been Delton.
And I have been dumbstruck. I'm speechless. This is one of them DGMTs that leave me spent.
I'm saying,
I am spent.
You got this. Look, you also got to hold
I
this.
am spent. Let me say this to all of those of you on the live. Pray for the single women, yeah? Pray for the single women. Pray for us.
Because they need it.
Pray for us. Pray for us. I say pray for the single man, but you know I'm of the belief that any saved single man in his 30s right now is choosing to be single. I just can't. I believe
Can't
that.
believe otherwise.
Because there's all kind of women around here. What y'all waiting on?
Yeah.
What is it y'all can't find? Yeah,
What
no.
exactly are you looking for exactly?
Yeah, no. I strongly believe that. Strongly believe that. I talking about. I can't call their names because I might start calling names like yeah, but I'm not single. See, and I'll get shimmed. I will get shimmed.
Or they could be a dabbler. Oh, Holy Ghost, revival comes from thee. All right, guys, we go, man. We gotta go. Thank you all so much for hanging with us for these last plenty hours we have been here. So y'all will be gone. Tune in next week. Hopefully, we'll be back We can talk about Vera's aunt and what she
We
had
may
to
have a
say.
special guest next week, so you'll stretch forth your hands.
Oh, yeah, we might have a guest. So y'all keep it locked. Let's take this off camera. I'm going to see some more.
So you should say Delton not doing that with me, like Dallas not doing that with
All right, we go.
Hey!
We go. We leave it, y'all. Oh, God got things under control. We go, guys.
Just like David danced, I will dance before you, Lord. Just like Daniel in the den, I will stay strong. So when trials and tribulations come,